hello. Itchy trigger finger there. You were supposed to see some applause, but what the heck. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady. This is the open chat. Would everybody let me know if you can hear me and stuff like that? I made a few changes to the system, and we'll see if things are doing well or doing crappy, something like that. And it looks like I'm, there you go. Hi, TV Tube. Hi, Greg. Yay! Hi, Amiga Nuts. Oh, yeah. Looks like I'm flying solo today. So, it's been a while since I've done anything like that. So, we'll get accustomed to the driver's seat. And here's the little one. She's saying, "No, you're not flying solo. I'm here with you." Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yay. Thank you. Yeah, it's, I was having some problems with the microphony a little earlier. I was digging around and looking for reasons that could be, and it appeared that electrical interference might have been a problem with the Yeti, and one of the things that was suggested was turn the gain down and go as low with the gain as one could. So I've given that a try. The gain is minuscule at this point. It's like down to 0 or something, and hopefully that'll fix things. And let's make sure that we are set to the correct stuff here. Yes, we are. We are indeed taking. Try this again. We are indeed taking input from the Blue Yeti, so that's a very good thing, and I like that. It's a good thing because I don't want to have spent $115 for nothing. God, it's amazing. I'm looking over there, and it's almost a year ago that I bought that darn thing. Next week, I'll have had it for a year. It's amazing the way time goes. When I was younger, single digits, it seemed like things would go forever. And now a minute is gone, a year is gone in a minute, and stuff like that. And yes, Amiga Nuts. I think you're referring to the thumbnail, are you not? I thought I would have a little fun with that because it's still a couple days before Purple Rhymes with Orange and Slothgurl load up the truck and move to Beverly. So, there's just a little bit of time yet to get some money together for those two to get over to where they're going. And I thought, for the heck of it, why don't I just post the mirror image of Sunday's thumbnail and see who notices? And yeah, sure enough, a couple people did notice. And it appears, I'm not giving anybody a hard time when I say this, but it appears that those who are noticing, at least some of them are on the spectrum. And I think one thing I notice about people on the spectrum is they seem to be, by and large, detail oriented. Yeah, and this is a bit of a detail here. So another data point, so we can do that and see how things go. Oh my word! So yeah, we've got that happening. Let me direct you guys to the description box down there, and the links to the donation pools that Purple has going. And if you have a little bit to throw his way, please do. Make things a little easier on the pocketbook to get to where he's going, to where Slothgurl's going. They're going to the same building again. Not adjoining apartments this time, but still close enough to drop over and far enough away to close the door. I think that's the way the line went from Brighton Beach Memoirs. So that's the way that is. And here I am, testing things out, getting things done as much as I can. So that's a really great thing. At least nobody's complaining about the whining yet. So maybe I finally got that solved. And I've been looking at the news today, and I don't know. It's impressing me with things I really would rather not see. There's a whole thing going on about Mr. Sanders and his comments about Fidel Castro. And I looked that up. Okay, from The Week. Dateline yesterday. Senator Bernie Sanders, Independent Vermont, sat down with CNN's Anderson Cooper for a 60 Minutes interview that aired Sunday night, and he agreed it is a bit shocking he's the front runner for the Democratic presidential nomination. When Cooper asked if Democratic voters are really wanting a revolution, Sanders suggested they go easy on the word political revolution. Cooper noted that's the word Sanders uses, and Sanders said he doesn't want people, to overstate that. His Medicare for All plan, he said, is not socialized medicine. This is the same system intact, but getting rid of the private insurance. Now comes the fun part. Cooper played clips of Sanders saying positive things about the late Cuban leader Fidel Castro in the 1980s. And we're very opposed to the authoritarian nature of Cuba, but it's unfair to simply say that everything is bad, Sanders told Cooper. But there it is. You see and hear on news sources that Sanders is praising Fidel Castro, and Fidel Castro was great, and the whole thing. And these are comments he made 40 years ago. Is this the same man? Who can tell? I'm not the same person I was when I was 22, so maybe he's changed his mind on a few things. I know that he's stepped up to defend what he has said, and I think I'm following that. I'm basically agreeing in the sense that there were some good things that happened, when the Castro regime began, even though most of it was pretty horrible. You can find one or two good things in just about anything. So I'm starting to wonder. Actually, let me do this over here. We'll put that in the. I'll put that in the message because Kate got back to me with, give me a few minutes, just exercised, desperately need a shower. Okay, dear. Yeah, we can take care of that. We can let you go with that. Yay! But really, I'm beginning to suspect, and I'd say this in a tongue-in-cheek way because I think it's been fairly obvious that there are people who don't like Mr. Sanders, and they're going to do anything they can think of to discredit him. And the more I see things like this, the more I see things, thrown his way with, you did this horrible thing, and here, it wasn't yesterday, it was years ago, etc. That's actually more and more convincing me that Bernie is the way to go. Now, I may change my mind. There's 9 months to go until maybe 8 months to go until the election. the general. The primary is coming up here in Pennsylvania. I believe the primary is in May. Let me have a look. PA primary. Yeah. La 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 la. Okay, no, it's not May. It's 28 April. Here in Pennsylvania, the Democratic primary. And I'll be there with bills. Definitely. I definitely want to cast my vote. I don't want to stay home and be out of the fray. The way things are going, well, even if we do things, I don't know if it'll help at all. Amiga nuts, you silly. You feel dizzy, your head is spinning. I know. Yay! Oh, boy, I also dropped a link to Purple Rhymes with Orange in case he's looking and wants to come on in. That's a great thing. But, yeah, just we're sitting here doing our stuff and being good to the kitty, and kitty's being good to the human. The studio's working out fairly well at this point. I hope it continues to work out well enough. I don't know if you've been paying much attention to the scenery. I've rotated the studio through pi over 2 in the last couple weeks. So instead of the window off my left shoulder, I'm looking right at it, so I can watch the little one climbing the curtains. Lord. Anyway. Oh yeah, and I'm hoping that I can get things working well enough and pretty enough to to be looking fairly good to everybody out there. And the only thing I need after that is just some content. Just have myself flying here and doing things that people want to see. I will give you guys a little note as far as that goes. I can imagine that some of you, anyway, would want to see some particular type of thing, or you might have some suggestions about what you would like me to put on the air and that sort of thing. Don't hesitate, please. Just drop a note or something like that to the Lavender Lady, and that's why one of the reasons I have the information down in the lower left-hand corner there, just in case anybody wants to bother me with various things they want to say to me, and places they want me to go, and things they want me to do once I get there. I have my Twitter that I'm sure most of you already know about, the Lavender Lady Zero. I do have a Facebook page that I should be a little better at maintaining. I'm not as good at maintaining that as I am the Twitter page. And I do have an email address that is dedicated to my Lavender Lady persona. You don't have to note my personal email. I've got Declarion at thelavenderlady.org. So, as soon as I see anything in there, I know it's business related, and everything's good with that. So let's see how we are here. Let me look down over there. Okay, that's blank for the time being. Yeah, Mom NATO's hiding. So this is all kinds of fun. Um, okay, let me bring. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Yes, Amiga Nuts. I remember you saying that, and hopefully, we're going to try now to lighten the load on your pocketbook, because at the time you had said that you were going to that you were guaranteeing he would make it to 2,500. I think Purple. Oh, I hear the doorbell. Gee. Oh my, do I know you? Have I seen you somewhere before? Oh my, how you doing, hon? Oh, okay, okay. Well, the shower water can evaporate and not leave too much salt and encrustation behind, right? You beat me to it. Yeah. I mean, gee, it takes a real stretch to figure out that was coming, right? Oh my. Well, I'm still continuing things as far as Purple is concerned. There are a couple days before he and Slothgurl take off to Minnesota, so the links are still live for donating. They are in the description box. I think they're taking off. I think it's 3 days from now. Last I knew, it was a. Oh, okay. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Okay, guys. Thanks for the thing. I know. Okay, this ought to be a little bit better.
Let's see if they can hear
Yeah,
me
let's see
now.
if they can. It was a
Not
matter.
to sound like a 90s phone commercial, but
It was a matter of changing screens. That was still on camera two only.
um,
Let's.
okay.
Are we good, guys?
Well, nobody has mentioned, so I can only assume they don't hear me. Still.
Still, okay. We'll just fool around with that and see if we can fix it. Come here, you. Output capture is over there. Okay, let's see. We're going to. Hi, Beach. Um, it was a matter of changing screen.
Wow, there's a bit of a delay, too.
Wow,
Oh,
there's a.
no, I can hear me. I can hear me.
You can hear you. Yay! 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 Yay!
Yep.
Yay! 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 I've got to be.
So,
I've got to be a little better on the button there, because yeah, that was. I had purposely set the screen I was on to have no input from the panel, but then I had to make sure that I change over to the regular screen. You know how that goes. Oh well.
so my question was, where stands the total currently for purple?
Last I knew, it was at 2,000 plus
And he
plus
needs
some
what,
change.
2,500?
Yeah. Now Amiga
Okay.
Nuts has guaranteed that Purple will make it to 2,500. It's at whatever the moving day happens to be. Uh, Whatever is left to be made up will be made up. So now the whole point is, let's take it easy on Amiga Nuts Pocket. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't make an Amiga Nuts do the entire 500. Okay.
Well, I have donated 100 my own darn self. I could donate more, I suppose, but well,
Yay!
I'll have to think about it. Maybe.
Yeah, I have to look at my stuff, as a matter of fact, because I have not donated anything yet. I'll have to look at my what do you call that thing? A budget. That's what you call it. Yes.
Oh, yeah, budget. I was thinking balance myself.
No, as far as that goes, no, I live off my credit card, and then at the end of the month, I just
Uh,
pay everything onto that. It's one of those flow through things. Because
right.
at the beginning of the month, my entire check goes into the bank, even the rent, because I paid my rent for March already. I paid it a couple of days ago. So at the end of the month, I pay next month's rent. So when I get my check on the third, everything goes into the bank and it sits there. And then around the 20th, I pull it back out and then start distributing. Okay, you get some over there.
Hmm.
And, you know,
I'm just now noticing what day it is. It's actually the 25th. This month has gone by so fast.
yes, I was kind of noting that a little earlier, in the sense that, well, as I'm getting more and more ancient, time seems to fly faster. I don't know if that's
Well,
the way it
you
is with
know,
you here or what.
I don't know. I have found that time is doing funny things, at least my perception of it. Because there are some things that feel like they were such a long ass time ago, and others that feel like they were just yesterday. And there is no how do I put this? There's no relationship to how long ago it actually was and how long ago it feels.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
I
it's bizarre and I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's a thing. And it's like December seemed to crawl, right?
okay,
Whereas this
yeah.
month, boom, laser beam, almost done in an eye blink. It's bizarre.
Mm-hmm. And
So, of course, I suspect part of it is just that December is one of those months where you've got and November, you've got all these holidays clustered together at once, plus my birthday. And I'm like, you know, that will make time drag because it's just so see, stressful is the wrong word for it. But I do find myself by the time it's like a week before my birthday, I just want the fucking holidays to be over, you know?
yeah, definitely,
So
definitely. And of course, the wonderful memories that your birthday engenders. Yeah, it's like he
well, there
could
is that.
he could have been a better guy about it and died on another day. But oh
Yeah,
well.
of course, Hitch dying would have pissed off somebody.
Of course, of course.
Someone somewhere is going to have a special day that was ruined above and beyond merely losing Hitch.
Yeah, I think in my case it was Tuesday. I don't know if it was Tuesday or not, but in other words, yeah, any day would have been horrible because losing Hitch was a horrible thing. But what are you going to do?
Complain mostly.
Mostly, and not drink and smoke myself to death. Take a lesson from him. Oh, scheisse, scheisse. But yes, it's amazing. It looks like my system is working over here, so that's a good thing. Because I think a couple times already you've noted that I've had some horrible background noise.
I haven't noticed, but okay.
Okay, some people have a whining sound that would be coming from my Yeti, and I think I've isolated what's going on with that, and I think I've got it fixed, or at least I hope I've got it fixed because I'm coming off the Yeti right now,
Hmm.
and I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for the 28th of April. That's the primary here in Pennsylvania.
So,
Um,
there was actually a reason I mentioned that it was basically the end of the month. Because you mentioned that, the beginning of the month, your funds come in, you deposit it, blah, 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 blah.
uh huh.
So, and, much the same thing happens to me too. I get the Patreon money and a little bit from other sources, that kind of thing. And so I realize that what I have in the bank currently and what I can expect in about a week or two are not quite the same. I might have a little margin to play with. To put it in other language, I just sent another $100 to Purple. Like this very moment.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
So,
Yay! 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 Yay!
yeah, that'll lessen the burden on everybody. And honestly, I can spare it, so why not?
Yay! Well, thank you. Seriously.
Well, why not? I mean, I have interacted with Purple for a while now, mostly through you, and I like
Okay.
him. He's a nice guy,
Oh,
you know.
he's a sweetie. He really is.
And as far as I'm concerned, friends help their friends. God damn it!
Absolutely. There are very few people with whom I could maintain a conversation nonstop for 6 hours. Purple is one of those people.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
from here to Kentucky, for example, nonstop conversation in the car, never ran out of things to talk about. And that was such a wonderful thing. And he is a big sweetie. Um, and he's just one of the good peoples. Definitely. Hi, Mega Rome. How you doing? Yay. Oh, my. And Slothgurl's another sweetie. I don't see as much of her as I do of Purple, but I have seen enough of her and interacted enough that she's a very decent person. A little quiet, but decent.
I'm not sure how much I've interacted with her. I know I must have been somewhere on the internet at the same time as her, but I really don't remember.
Yeah,
Plus,
it's
it doesn't help how many fill in the blank girls there are out there right now. Like in this particular scene, there seems to be a lot of them, and I can't keep track.
okay then.
Oh, Amiga Nuts, which one did I use? I used the PayPal link, I guess. Or sorry, the one on top in the description there.
Oh, down in the description box here, the PayPal pool, the one with
That
the
one.
page that says "Get us to Minnesota" or something like that.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it matters, but there you go.
Okay. It's I don't know if it matters really. I cannot remember if one of them is easier to get to with the PayPal card or not. With with actually using the money. Purple was talking about that Sunday, and I forget exactly what it was he said. So we're gonna have to wait and see if he comes by that he can repeat what he had said. But okay, so now we know that Purple's got at least 2,100 sitting in there, and you only have to make up 400 at most, Amiga. So we're looking pretty good here. And
I mean, I'm looking at my Patreon money for this month, assuming I don't make any other videos, and I intend to make at least one more. I've got about 1,100 coming to me before Patreon takes their cut. So like I said, I can afford to send another 100 to Purple.
okay, then hi Ilya. Okay, that's not too bad. As far as it's not the ridiculous or anything like that. Those guys, that channel.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's still, I mean, if it buys you groceries, well, no, groceries you're pretty well set on. Um, but if it takes care of the other bills, yeah, that's okay, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. Also, I paid off one of my loans, which means I should have another 100 to play with every month as well.
Oh boy, that's always good. That
Yeah.
is always good, and that reminds me that I really need to do something. I hate to say it, but I'm probably going to have to look into seeing what I can do about my outstanding student loans because I'm never going to be able to pay them off. So there's
Wait until the election.
okay.
You know that one of Bernie's like major platform planks is student loan forgiveness, right?
Right.
Wait for the election before you go looking to do anything about your student loans.
Okay. Because the thing I was looking to do was a forgiveness sort of thing.
Well,
Because
okay, if you can manage that, cool. But
yeah, on the
if there,
basis of the fact that I'm so fucked up and disabled, is I'll never ever be able to make any money.
well, and if they are still with a government agency, definitely wait and see. Well, I mean, definitely hope that Bernie gets elected and we get the college loan forgiveness. If it's
Yeah.
with a private company, then you might be fucked. Because I mean, I've had a few bits of mail come in from time to time from private loan companies saying we can get you a lower price if you just like let us take over your loan. But it's predatory. I mean,
Oh
they
yeah.
like I mean, if even if it's a lower price, and how do you get lower than the zero I'm currently paying? Um, it's like, well, now you don't have that government forgiveness ability because now it's a private loan, not a student loan anymore. It's such total bullshit. So
Mm-hmm.
let's
Mm-hmm.
hope your loans are still with the government.
Yeah. Which they are at this point, and let's see what happens later. I was just talking about Mr. Sanders. I don't know if you heard anything I was saying.
I missed it.
It's looking more and more and more and more like voting for Mr. Sanders is a very, very good idea because everybody and his brother in law is coming out with ancient things he has said and little things here and little things there, trying to find anything they can to discredit the man. The latest, the comments about Fidel Castro that Sanders made 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to notice that really when you're looking at the current headlines, they're not telling you that. They're not telling you that he made these comments in the 1980s. You've got to go digging to find
Yeah.
out.
I mean, there are some people who like okay, Sanders said a few things about this, that, or the other political leader a long ass time ago, but there's other people, I'm looking at you, Elizabeth Warren, who used to be Republicans,
Uh huh.
like full on Republicans. Bernie had a slightly unpopular opinion, but his policies have not wavered. Also, I do want to say that Amiga Nuts, you rock with that raised you 210. That's awesome.
Yay!
Apparently, I don't know, saying I would donate another 100 led to another 210 after it. So rock on. Um, but yeah, I mean, there are people out there with skeletons in their closet. Bernie's really not one of them.
Yeah.
And so what if he was saying like, "Hey, this one politician from another country that most people found scary might have a good idea or two." I
Mm hmm.
mean, so how is that like necessarily a kick against them? They're just trying to scare you,
Yes.
like with Mike Bloomberg actually calling him a commie.
Yeah, I mean, those of us who have two oligodendrocytes to rub together upstairs here realize that the man is not a communist.
Well,
Socialism does not equal communism in the sense that I understood it when I was younger. It's not that Cold War type of communism going on.
yeah, I mean that's the thing is I remember the tail end of the Cold War. I was a kid in the 80s, and I remember when commie was such a scary, scary thing. I remember watching Red Dawn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like commie now is so pathetic. It's not even a word you can use to insult somebody unless you're a dinosaur like Mike Bloomberg.
I mean, there you are, and this language, this commie language, is coming out to scare people my age. Really, it is,
Mm-hmm.
because they are the people who lived through a lot of the Cold War, that sort of thing. They have the memories about the communism, and it's not at all what we see now. So as I say, socialism, communism, not equal. As a matter of fact, we've had a good bit of socialism here in the U.S. for about 90 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's just said it. Bernie's a toned down FDR.
Yeah, well, I mean, socialism is not the scary thing the media and other politicians are trying to make it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not.
Yeah, and
And
I don't think FDR knew where everything was going to get paid for when he was first talking about it, did he?
Well, that's the funny thing is I'm actually a little frustrated with Bernie at the moment because how he's going to pay for it seems to me to be bloody obvious. And he's not saying it. In fact, it's taken him a really long time to come right out and just say certain things he ought to have said ages ago. Like, I mean, number one, if we manage to get big pharma to stop price gouging, if they will charge in the United States what they charge for medicine in Canada, then drug prices, medical prices will go down exponentially. So if the government is covering the same costs as Canada, as opposed to the costs that the consumer has to pay now here in the US for medication, well, that's going to drop the price tag of Medicare for all down like you wouldn't believe. And
Mm-hmm.
then if we get out of all those freaking wars and unbloat the military just a wee smidge, so we're not spending more than 50% of our friggin' GDP on fucking military gear, that'll help us pay for a double wide buttload of stuff too. But Bernie's not
Absolute.
saying it. He's not bloody saying it. He needs to say that. Because, I mean, these are such obvious answers, but as long as he's not giving them, people like Pete Buttigieg are going to tell him, how you going to pay for it? How you going to pay for it? How you going to pay for it? And it's like, he keeps walking into that trap. And I'm like, Bernie, please get a clue on this one. I love you, man, but you're dropping the ball on how you're
Yeah.
paying for it.
I don't know what he sees as scary about saying that sort of thing. And let's remember too. I mean, as far as the Medicare for all, etc. The way the insurance, well, it's not even insurance, it's healthcare, whatever it is structured. The prices that are quoted for procedures are inflated. The medical coverage companies do this to make it appear that they're giving a deal. But the thing is, you've had a procedure recently. If you look at the bill, there's that thing about cost adjustment. Well, that adjustment is the amount by which the company inflated the medical bill to make it look like, oh, look who's here. To make it look like they're giving somebody a deal. Hi, Mom NATO. Let me finish my sentence
Actually,
here. And you get charged that if you don't have insurance, by the way. They don't charge you what it actually cost. They charge you that inflated price.
actually, I never once saw a bill. I mean, seriously,
Oh,
not once.
oh.
I,
I,
I mean, that's the thing is I'm on Medi-Cal, which is basically Medicare California style.
mhm.
And every time I see it, I'm like, dude, it's just fucking spelled medical. You know it is. But they paid for it 100%. And I didn't even have to do any paperwork except the renewals like twice a year that you have to do. You have to prove what your income is. And man, that's a bitch. But I mean, navigating that bureaucracy is a pain in the ass. But once you've done it, you don't have to do anything else except make appointments. And so I never saw a bill for the brain surgery, not once, not even a tiny, tiny bit.
Oh my, because
Yeah.
well, I got a bill for my biopsy when I had it. I paid the $275 copayment on that one, which was bad. The only way I made it was the generosity of friends. Thank you guys, really. I do not deserve that, but I got it anyway. You people are wonderful. But I did get a bill that came along with it. Okay, the amount that was billed, the insurance amount billed was $13,000 for this procedure.
Oh, good God.
$11,000 of it was adjustment, which meant they inflated the price by $11,000 in order to make it look like they were giving the hospital a deal and all this other happy garbage. But had I not had any sort of insurance, I would have been on the hook for
Yeah.
$13,000. not the 1100 that they charge. Hey, Mom NATO, how you doing?
Greetings.
Oh, I'm tired.
And I can see right up your nose.
Yeah, there you
Sorry,
go. There you
well,
go.
I'm looking through my bifocals at something, so unfortunately, it doesn't
I
work
could get
very well.
lesbian focals, but they don't make them.
No, I don't think so. No, I just got back from my mother's. My stepdad Ray is back in the hospital.
Oh my.
Well, this is going to be happening off and on until those stents that they put in heal, so that he can get the valve replaced in his heart, which is what's causing the fluid to be held up, and for him to not be able to. I can't think of the word. Drain fluids properly because they're being held in his heart.
Okay, then.
Because his heart isn't pumping out the blood properly.
Is it one of those things where the valve is not fully closing and it's just going kind of back and forth in the heart?
It's not opening properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The same thing, only different.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
It's not the closing that's the problem, it's the opening, and it's basically you retain fluids because, of course, your heart's not pumping out the blood, so they put him on some sort of diuretic, and he lost 8 pounds in 12 hours.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's how much water...
Diuretics are the ones that make you pee, yes?
Yes.
Yes, but that's not the only thing they do.
That's how I know them.
Yeah, you tend to sweat and stuff, and yeah, I'm on my mom's tablet, so I would show you guys. I will let you guys see Tornado, but he came in after I got home, and I gave him some chocolate chip muffins, and he's like. I was like, "Are you on Lavender's show?" He's like, "No, I was sleeping." I'm like, "Okay, fine, go back to bed." Yeah. Oh, come here. Come here.
Is there?
You want to say hi? Come here.
Is there a kitty?
Yes. I don't know if you guys will be able to see Smudge very well.
I see an ear.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see top of
Okay,
head.
2 ears.
There's a kitty. There's a kitty.
Yeah.
A very worried-looking kitty.
No, come on. I'm here. He wants to get up on my shoulders.
Well, the expression
and on the back of the cat. There you go.
What the hell's going on? Oh my gosh, this is a problem. This is
my tuxedo kitty. You say hi. Good boy.
That's what my Miranda did to me when my girlfriend's friend came over with a box of kitties. One of them ran out of the box and up my back, and it was okay. I guess you stay here, and that was
how's that?
That was my Miranda. Yeah, that's what my Miranda did to me.
Yep, this is his favorite place when I'm on my computer chair talking to y'all. But he doesn't say anything. Not normally, but yeah.
Well,
as you can tell, he's completely comfortable.
Back when I was still with Kylie, and she and I decided to get some cats, and we went to the shelter, and we met cats that we did not yet know would be sharing our living space. That would be Bat and Squeak. I always referred to Bat as Adventure Kitty. The very first thing he did when they opened the cage to let us meet him and his sister was he took this flying leap and landed right on Kylie's chest, just above her right tit. And she was, she yelped a bit, and then we both thought it was cute. But yeah.
The other furball is staring at me like, "Mom, okay, come here, Shadow. Let's see if I can turn around and let you guys see him."
Ah!
That's my big furball. Can you all see him?
I know that Kate could see him because it was like, ah!
There, is that better?
Well, no. We can see more of the vicious, evil creature, but...
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I'm seeing something in the room there that looks suspiciously like a winter holiday tree. Is that...
Yes.
Is that what that is?
I just haven't bothered to take it down. It's
What?
not even plugged in.
I'm surprised that hasn't turned like brown yet and started.
It's
becoming
artificial.
bald.
It's artificial. I don't keep a real
Oh.
tree. They're a fire hazard.
One of these days, I'm actually going to go to a place
Okay,
that sells
you gotta get down, Kitty.
holiday trees and ask them if I can have a twig and some popsicle sticks and just have a little
A Charlie
desk
Brown
tree.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
You actually can buy those Charlie Brown Christmas trees. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Smudge
shouldn't
like-
shock me, but I
Okay,
hadn't thought of it.
yes.
Is
There are at least a couple companies that have licensed them, and yeah,
Yes.
you bend them and you put the ornament on it, and everything's there and everything.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Well,
Smudge.
I wasn't even necessarily thinking specifically Charlie
Okay,
Brown. I was just
Smudge.
thinking, like, here is a nod to Christmas trees. It
Mhm.
is very small,
Yeah.
and it can fit on a desk, and we're done.
Good door. You
I-
make a good door.
I ended
yes.
up, as much as I
There.
really hated to do it, I
Oh.
ended up getting rid of my 5-foot artificial holiday
Mm-hmm.
tree because, okay, the little one does not
Mm-hmm.
like, she tears it apart every time I put it up. So I wasn't putting it up. And then the other thing is I've got no place to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You're
gonna leave
tripping
it?
over it and everything else like that. So it was finally in tears. I take it out to the get rid of it box, and what are you gonna do?
Tails don't belong in front of
actually
cameras. Thank you, Kitty.
I have no idea what Columbia would do to a Christmas tree. mean-
Oh.
She doesn't climb things as much as most cats, but I suspect a tree would be hard for her to ignore.
Okay,
Um.
I've had mixed
well-
reviews.
Yeah.
Like-
My cat Smudge does not try to climb the tree, but Loki, on the other hand, the other kitty cat, loves to try to climb the bottom limbs of the Christmas tree.
Now, you'd think it'd be the other way around. You'd think a cat named Low Key would actually keep
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, there
Unfortunately,
you go.
he's very high maintenance. Yeah.
Uh,
Not so low in personality.
yeah,
I know.
my DC, for example, would not climb the tree, but my Winston,
Oh, yeah.
and Sylvia. The first thing Winston did, as soon as I put the damn tree up, is he got up into it and fell asleep. He's maybe 5 months old, because we got him in July. Well, maybe 7 months old, and put the tree up in November. So he's in his little. I've got a picture of him somewhere, and someday I'll be able to share it. Cutest kitten in the entire fucking world in the tree, and he fell asleep. And then the little one over here, as soon as I put the stuff up, she got up into it, and she would either fall asleep in the tree, or from the inside, she would knock shit off onto the floor and
The
then
ornament,
unwind the lights. So it's like,
Oh
why
my
do I
goodness.
even have this damn thing up,
Well, I could find the extension cord because I had to unplug it while we were having partial power outages due to bad transformer. So I had to use it to plug in my refrigerator into another socket that was actually working. And I haven't plugged the tree back in. And then I could show you all my sparkling Christmas tree. This year, all I did was put lights on it. I didn't even bother to put ornaments. It was too much of a pain in the butt, and a lot of my ornaments are glass. And between the two small fur balls and the big fur ball's tail, anything on the lower branches tends to get broke if it's glass.
Yeah.
Especially on terrazza flooring.
Hello. Oh my.
Oh,
my.
yeah. So my let me see, hold on. I might have one ornament that I like that I put on them. Oh, yes, go on, Smudge. My pretty sparkly ornaments. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Something broke.
No.
Well, I'm hearing stuff. Okay, now
there
I'm
you
seeing
go.
Oh, I was
stuff.
moving in a cabinet.
Well, no, your video all of a sudden just seemed to stop.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
appeared
did
to freeze.
because it did. Hold on a second.
To what?
The tablet, whatever you want. The tablet went into
That's an
sleep
opening.
mode. So I just have to unsleep the tablet. There, the video should come back on here in a minute.
Oh, it is on now.
It's
Yeah.
just for
My
like 30 seconds. And there are a
sparkly-
lot of pauses.
Yeah.
Wait. I couldn't possibly. Oh, they're camels. Oh, thank goodness. I thought they
Yes.
were kangaroos.
Well, it's the We Three Kings. We Three Kings ornament. You can't see it in this light because the ornament does sparkle, but you can't see it in the current light.
We
But
three
it's
kings
missing
from
the-
It's just that the very first thing I saw looked like a kangaroo. And I'm trying to picture why there would be a kangaroo Christmas ornament.
I have reindeer Christmas ornaments.
Well,
I
that
have
one
one-
makes sense in context. I'm just saying kangaroos is a little odd.
How many remember making little reindeer Christmas ornaments out of the clothespins?
I remember
Oh,
making
for the
them out
love
of
of sake,
cleaners.
look, I'd forgotten all about that.
I have one of those from when Talon was in kindergarten.
Yeah, the spring clothespins.
The 3 clothespins, one upside down, 2
Right.
down,
Yep.
and then his has a Rudolph nose. The
So
little fuzzy red pom-pom and the googly eyes.
I remember making them out of pipe cleaners.
Well, our school was old-fashioned. They used clothespins. I'll have to bring it out when it's Christmas time again. It's put away. I didn't put ornaments on this year. I didn't feel like it.
Oh my! From Amiga
hey.
Nuts. Attention, everybody! Greg has crossed the line. We are victorious.
Right
Oh,
on.
oh.
So purple is getting a mini soda.
Yay! A mini soda. Okay.
Minnesota.
Yeah, one of
Oh,
those
mini
6 ounce,
soda, okay.
one of those 6 ounce
Yeah.
bottles. You know how it goes, right?
That's awesome.
Yay!
Seriously, that's awesome. I mean, when I got here, we were down about 500?
About that.
Today? Oh wow.
Yeah. As far as
So
I
we've got
knew,
more.
when the show started, we were at about 2,000 or 2,100.
And I like as
Oh.
soon as I got here and we started talking about that particular topic, I dropped another 100, and it looks like we crossed the threshold after.
And then keep
Okay,
in mind
I
that it's
gotta-
still open. If you want
Yeah.
to throw more, you can do that.
There we go.
Wait a minute, Greg, are you saying that they actually do like kangaroo Christmas ornaments in Australia?
Oh,
Really?
I'm sure they would.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still. I don't know.
Menorahs and
Actually,
stuff,
you know what
yeah.
I would totally do is set up a nativity scene, but surround it with dingoes. You know, hey God, dingoes got your baby. You know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Beach 8 says, nope, grew up in a Jewish neighborhood. We made menorahs and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, like, shouldn't they be person auras?
That too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do light a menorah.
Yeah.
I appropriate it for the return of the light.
Okay.
Yeah, I by
Wiccan holiday.
no means was associated with any sort of Jewishness.
And the Yule.
I was raised Roman Catholic. That was, bad enough. But the whole idea of Hanukkah impressed me as nice as the whole, because I saw it immediately as the return of the light, and me with the seasonal affective disorder and all this other happy stuff. The light means a great deal to me, and the return. I will celebrate the return of the light for what it is, and my affect, I hope, will soon start catching up with the light. I'm still trying to get things rolling again. It takes a while for my mood to pick up. Okay, definitely. Even now, it's nearly March, and I'm still having a hard time pulling myself out of bed. I'll still stay in bed 24 hours if you let me. But what do you...
All I know is that when you said celebrating the return of the light, what popped into my head, and I hope most of you get this, was I am gray. I stand between the candle and the star. We are gray. We stand between the darkness and the light.
Okay, there's...
Don't know that one.
Don't know.
Babylon 5, the Grey Council, the
Oh,
Minbari.
yes, the Minbari. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
The
that's what popped
Minbari.
immediately into my head when you said returning of the light.
Okay.
I always thought it. I never have gotten to finish watching it, but I remember Ambassador Delenn as the woman with no hair in the big crown ridge, and then one time I watched it, she had hair, and I'm like, and she looked human.
She underwent a transformation. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
I
it was
don't
at the
know.
end of season 1.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
But,
know anything about it.
I'll tell you this much.
Mhm.
When season 4 is open, the only other thing you have to watch is the last episode of season 5, because season 5 is so bad.
Oh,
but-
gosh. Okay.
And you really won't miss anything. I mean, the very last episode of season 5 was intended to be the very last episode of season 4.
Okay.
Because they thought they were going to be canceled. And then the network at the very last second said, no, you're getting your season 5. And it's like, but we just told the whole story. It's over. And so season 5 was mostly filler.
Oh, joy. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's
Oh,
the
my.
thing. JMS had created a series with a distinct beginning, middle, and end. And so when he was told we're canceled, he said, okay, well, let's rush and finish the story by the end of season 4. And he did, and the studio loved it and gave him another year. And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
What are we supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I just realized I haven't eaten since noon. What am I going to eat tonight?
One
I
of
would
the cats?
recommend food.
No, not my cats.
Okay, Talon then.
I don't want to eat anything that's stinkery. He's a little stinker today. No, he's been a little stinker.
What?
Besides, he won't fit in my oven.
He's a stinker today. What, he hasn't had a shower since the 14th? Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, he's just been grumpy.
That kind of stinker.
Yeah, he's been a little shit. Mom came over last night at 11 o'clock at night and banged on my window to tell me Ray was in the hospital and she'd need me over at her house today. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, what time? I don't know. I'll call you when I find out what time I'm going to go to the hospital. What?
There's a suggestion from Beach. Make tacos. Everyone loves tacos.
I just
Especially
had
fish
tacos the
tacos.
other day and I have no hamburger left. I have no burger left. And I won't be able to buy any more burger until Friday when I
Do you
get
have any
paid.
chicken? Because chicken taco is definitely a thing.
No, don't have any chicken. I have shrimp, but I don't want shrimp tacos.
Oh.
And the shrimp's in the freezer.
Yeah, you have to
sounds
kind of thaw that
nasty.
a little bit. The
And
one
you have
thing
to thaw it
though.
under running water.
Oh yeah.
But it's already pre-cooked.
The thing about
I wish I had a word for what seafood tastes like, because I don't have it, and I'd love to describe why I don't care for it, but honestly, I don't have the words. It's kind of like when I try to explain why I do or don't like certain music, I just don't have the terminology.
Okay, then.
And then when I try to say what I need to say with the words I have, people will try to argue with me about it, saying, no, but it totally has this. And I'm like, okay, you managed to use the same word, but it doesn't
it's
mean
not
the same thing that when I use it. And at that point, we get into arguments about what to call things, and the whole message is lost.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just like something is a potato to me is a potato to you, and the two don't mean the same thing, even though they're similar.
Well, that, and it turns into an argument, or like they're trying to convince me that my criteria for whether I do or don't like something are wrong, and I should like something I don't like. And I'm like, but I want you to understand me, not argue me out of my opinions. I want you to understand them first. We can have the discussion after you get what I mean, you know?
Dingoes and koalas and roos. Oh my. Wow. That was a bit hard to read, Amiga. You turned it upside down and backwards. Fun.
That's because, Australia.
Yes.
There you are. Well, wait a minute. No, if you were going to write something Australian, it would have to be blank space because Australia doesn't exist.
Right. It's one of those made up places like Atlantis or Canada.
Right. Especially according to the flat earthers. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Am I?
Sorry. Colleen asks what my least favorite kind of music is, and it's seriously a toss-up between gangster rap or country, although you might throw opera into the mix as well.
Okay.
I like some opera, and I like some country, but I don't like gangster rap. Not the recent shit.
I mean, I've mentioned before, I liked rap back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Most of the new stuff is just, it's all about telling somebody how to fuck someone else, whether it be killing or kill them. Yeah. So what's the point?
Well, the one I really don't want to see ever is gangsta country.
Oh, merciful Zeus, that would be horrible.
Let me, for some reason, my alarm clock went off. Let me run over there and turn it off. And then I will be right back and
I'm
stuff.
just picturing something horrible like, yo, 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 what's up in my pickup over here? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't even turn on the mainstream radio stations anymore. I go to the oldie station.
I'm often surprised by the current stuff that I end up liking kind of in spite of myself. Like I've mentioned a bunch of times about how I ended up enjoying about 20% of, all of a sudden I've forgotten the name of the band.
Oh my word.
My brain is only spewing up Near Dark, and that's a movie. I don't know. The people who did, I am so totally blanking now. But whatever. It's a boy band, recent boy band, a couple of years ago.
One Direction?
Thank you. Yes, One Direction.
That was just a guess.
What the hell is that?
It's a boy band, and they're really
hip-hop.
Great. But they have, like I said, about a dozen tracks I enjoy out of their 80, 90, 100 song.
The weird thing about it is I hear the name of the band, and the first thing I think is it's got to be like Christian rock. Is it?
No.
It would not take it. Well, I got to tell you though, it would not take much to take the tunes. Like if you took a karaoke version of a One Direction song and stuck God lyrics on it, it would sound not out of place.
That bad? Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, there's something about the what's the name of that band that did all the music for God's Not Dead? You know the one I'm talking about?
Actually, no. Let me look it up and see if we can find something.
It's got boys in the name, the something boys. I don't know, not the Jerky Boys, different boys. Not Boys to Men either.
Okay, that was going to be my first guess.
Let's see. God's Not Dead soundtrack. I hate even looking it up. But
Newsboys.
Thank you. Yes, those guys. One Direction, if meshed in like either one of these bands could open for the other, and it wouldn't sound out of place till you listen to the lyrics. And I mean, that's another thing that I've had a very hard time explaining to people is that I don't even hear the lyrics until like my fourth, fifth, or sixth run through of a song. It's like I hear the tune and I hear the melody, I hear the bass line, all that stuff, and I may or may not connect with it. And there have been times, I've mentioned this before, where I've gotten burned, where later I listen to the lyrics and go, oh my gosh, I can't listen to this anymore. These are horrible, horrible lyrics.
I've heard you say this, yes.
Yeah. So, but honestly, the tune matters so much more to me. And
Right.
one of those examples I was trying to explain to someone where I'm like, my favorite music usually has a melody that you can whistle or hum or something.
Okay.
And then someone starts humming a rap song, and I'm like, yeah, that's not what I meant.
No,
You know?
something like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. You can hum that and most people will recognize it.
Or if they're 80s kids, say like Axel F or the Top Gun anthem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you start going dun 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 dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun,
dun
dun, dun, dun,
dun
dun, dun,
dun.
dun.
And people will know what the frick's going on. But you know, you like I can't hum a hip hop song. Can't do it. Not possible.
No.
I tell you, back in the
Or
day,
what's another one? The Sesame Street tune.
What's
Everybody knows.
sunny days, sweet that one.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah.
yay.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
I tell you, back in the day when I used to do the karaoke thing, and we're talking, like early 90s here when I was doing that sort of shit, there was one guy that would come to the bar I went to and would turn any backing track that the guy put on into a horrible gangster rap. It could be Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and he would turn it into kill, ho, fuck this, that. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, good Lord. What would be the point?
You know what I really miss though is about I don't even know how many years ago it was now, like 6 years ago. There was this dude on YouTube going by All Babies Are Atheists. Real name's Glenn. I'm not going to say the rest of it because I don't know if he wants me to. But he was like a brother from another mother, and then he sort of disappeared. Various life things happened, and I really haven't spoken to him in ages. But this was back before there was an official YouTube like streaming thing. We used Blog TV instead. And we would have like twice a month karaoke parties.
Oh my.
And it was a lot of fun just doing karaoke live streamed.
Okay.
And like we'd invite in guests to do their own songs and this sort of thing. It was a lot of fun. I kind of miss it. And sometimes I think about like maybe starting it up or something. I don't know.
I don't know how much
Of course,
problem.
YouTube would get really bitchy about
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I was talking to Truth Surge a couple days ago about this. I asked him what he does as far as copyright was concerned, and he kind of surprised me when he said, "I just do it and hope for the best." Because I guess he just hopes he doesn't get hit, and so far he hasn't. So,
well, you know what's funny? I got a notice recently about a video that was, number one, unlisted, but number two, about 8 years old, suddenly gets a copyright strike. And I mean, it's a fair copyright strike because I did use music from something else. But the only reason I did it was as concept. Like I had someone who was going to do custom music for the project, and I wanted to give them an idea of the mood of what I was after.
Okay,
of
fine.
the style
Okay, yeah.
after. So this unlisted video has been sitting on my channel for, like I say, about 6-8 years, something. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a copyright strike. And I just deleted the video. I said, screw this crap. I don't need it. But still.
Right.
Yeah, well, this is not the first time I've heard of that. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it you that said something about another video that was like 10 years old or some bullshit like that, and then suddenly there's a copyright notice on it?
That's not the first time it's happened to me, but I don't think I've bitched about it to you, so it must have been someone else.
Okay, must have been. So that would mean that it's not confined to you as one person and everything else. It is
Oh, gosh, no.
a general sort of thing.
But
Hi,
you wanna know the
Adelinda.
most sinister thing the absolutely the most sinister thing about all of this, you know how YouTube has to approve now, like
Hello,
your
Adelinda.
videos
Bye, Greg.
for monetization.
Oh yeah.
Well, they will like you can ask them to review a video and they can approve it, and that's great. Or they can say, no, sorry, after review, we have decided to keep this limited or no ads on your video. But the thing is, approving a video does not approve it for all time. I've had videos that were approved years ago that now, because their standards have changed, are once again requiring review. So eventually, almost all of my catalog is probably going to be demonetized simply because it can't pass review every time that they demand one. Every time they
Jesus.
change their standards. It's friggin' sinister.
Yoy. Yeah, at this point, with all that stuff that you're describing and other people have described, even were I to get another 500 subscripticators, I wouldn't even try for monetization. It's like, fuck, I don't need this. I mean, well, I get so little anyway from Patreon that, if you go what you would expect out of YouTube as a percentage of what you would expect out of Patreon, I think it would be measured in like tenths of cents per year. So it's like, why even? What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, for me, like I have, what is this? Sunday, February 23rd is as far as my analytics go right now.
Okay.
And so from, let's see, where is it? January 28th to February 23rd, I've made $73.03 on 43,000.7 views. Like 43,700 views gets me $73.
Wow.
That's pretty shit
That's
when you think
shitty.
about it.
Really,
Yeah.
it is.
So
When you're considering that they are not getting tenths of cents per year, they're getting a fairly decent take on whatever the ads are and shit like this. It would be nice if the people doing this stuff got a little bit more. But
well, you want to know the really sad part? I mean, I don't remember what year it was that Google bought YouTube, but like I was monetized before that happened through the original YouTube, and 1 month I got like $300 in ad revenue. And it was not an unusual month for me view wise. Right. And like I said, this was what, 8 years ago, maybe? I don't remember exactly how many years ago, but
I'm going to find out.
But I had significantly fewer subscribers, to say the least. Right. I'm not even sure I had 10,000 yet. And yet I was making $300 a month. And now Google buys YouTube, and like if I had the same exact number of views, same exact number of subscribers, I would probably be making $1 a month.
Okay. Wow. We have 13 November 2006.
Really? Wow, that can't be right. That cannot be right. Well, that would mean that I've been on YouTube a lot longer than I think.
I guess that would, yeah, because I'm looking at a number when I came up in the Google search, and we've got also the font of all knowledge here, where you have. Do they have a date on this thing? Oh, YouTube was founded in 2005, and was purchased by Google in 2006. That's what they say.
That can't be right. I mean, because I know that I was on. Well, okay. I accidentally deleted a bunch of my early videos. The most recent one, or the oldest one I have, is from 2008, and I'm convinced that particular video was not. Like I'm pretty sure I made it while YouTube was still not Google. Something here doesn't sound right. I mean, then again, you know how my memory has been the last few years, so maybe I'm
Yeah.
just full of shit. But
Maybe, I don't know, because this
honestly,
is not the first time that I've seen this 2006 date.
that's just weird. But okay,
Yeah, because
sure.
the first time I do remember that the first time I saw it, I'm saying, okay, Kate's been on a hell of a long time.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because I mean, you're looking at, yeah, if you remember pre Google, you're there almost from the founding,
mhm.
which was mid 2005. So
Which also doesn't sound right. That can't possibly be right because I'm sure that YouTube was around not too long after Kylie and I broke up, which was at the very end of 1999, beginning of 2000. So something here ain't right.
is somebody using a different definition of founding? I mean, what we've got here in the second paragraph of the founding section,
Huh?
the domain name youtube.com was activated 14 February 2005, with video upload options being integrated 23 April 2005. The first YouTube video titled Me at the Zoo was uploaded 23 April 2005 and shows co founder is it Yawed or Jawed Karim at the San Diego Zoo?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um. Oh, hey, there's a picture of the guy. Not what I pictured from the
Gosh.
name. He's German. Oh, Bangladeshi German descent, it says.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess my memory must be wrong, but that's bizarre because in 2005, I had done so much in the 5 years between 2000 and 2005. Like a crazy amount of shit happened to me in that small space of time.
Okay, then.
Huh. Well, whatevs.
Shh, puppy.
Yeah. I hope the guys like okay, I'm of two minds on this. I hope the guys who started YouTube are rich, and I also hope they're not.
Mm,
Like on the one hand, I think they deserve a bunch of money for creating this platform. On the other hand, they fucking sold it to Google, and I'm pissed.
yeah. Google isn't necessarily my favorite people person, but what are you going to do? Whoa, what
Complain,
was
obviously.
that?
Yeah,
What
what in
was
the
what?
Hades that loud ass sound you just made?
Oh, I unplugged the tablet from its keyboard.
Whoa!
Puppy, settle
Okay,
down, settle down, dear.
No, the puppy's excited. He's going to start barking because
Please
I'm
don't.
getting ready to let him out.
Oh.
Well, that's all.
Sorry.
So it's going to get semi-dark here. Come on, porch light. Oh, I know why he's whining. Probably Emma and Scruffy are outside.
Hmm. I should pay more attention to the chat. People are talking about other people barfing but saying they're okay or something.
Oh, wow.
Barfing? Ugh.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Something
Barf,
about
barf, barf.
something about a plane landing in a crazy ass thunderstorm or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh.
my. I've had a couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, one of the more fun
Food.
things, what the heck was it? I was flying from, I was flying from Spartanville, South Carolina to Asheville, North Carolina, 16 seat de Havilland. And we're just doing, flying in. You can see the runway ahead. And suddenly there is this crack and a bolt of lightning right in front of the plane. So we do a quick, a real quick
Veer off.
nosedive. And we're down in the tarmac, and the pilot's in this wonderful drawl of his. kind of sorry for bringing you down so hard, but I figured you want to be down the ground with that thing going in front there. Uh,
Okay. I got this really, really stupid, fucked up thunderstorm story about an airplane.
oh boy.
Because the last time I went to go visit my parental units in Vermont, they had, like, we landed, but there was a thunderstorm, like, way the hell out by New York, right? New York State or something. It was over Lake Champlain. And then as we were landing, the rain started near us.
Oh,
and
boy.
they did not let us get off I mean, we're on the ground, but they would not let us get out of the plane because some persnickety regulation says that if there's a thunderstorm within a certain amount of time and a certain amount of miles, the people who bring the gangway or whatever, because we were going to have to use stairs, not the jetway.
Right.
We're not allowed to bring it to the plane because a thunderstorm was within a certain amount of distance, within a certain amount of time. And so we sat there waiting to get off the plane for like 30, 40 minutes because of this thunderstorm.
Okay, I'm going to mute for a second.
And it was really nowhere near us. Really, it was out by New York.
We
were getting rain, but
you were getting rain. Okay, that was going to be my question. But still, yeah. I mean, if the electrical stuff was over Champlain, why would you have to worry about it? But oh well.
Yeah, like I said, it's some persnickety little FAA regulation that says they can't do it.
Happily, I never had to deal with that because that was the interesting thing. I had never had to do this before, but in Spartanburg, the airport was so small that you had those gangway things that they brought up to the doors. That was the only time I ever had to do that. I don't know what they do now, because this was in the late '80s that I was doing all the commuting by air to and from work. After the whole 2001, that whole 9/11 stuff and everything. I don't know what changed, if anything changed. But it would be interesting to see what they have to do down there now. But I miss flying. I really do. But I really don't want to fly if I don't have to because I don't want to go through the bullshit.
And there is a lot of bullshit.
Oh, bullshit, yeah. Anymore.
Although I love the picture of the guy, the big, burly, bearded guy wearing the T-shirt that says it's not gay if it's TSA.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and he's being patted down, and there's a picture of him like standing with his fists on his hips like Superman, and the TSA agent like totally filling up his junk while it's just a hilarious photo.
Yeah, because I would get pulled aside in a half a minute or in a half a second.
Oh,
well, my understanding.
That reminds me.
My understanding is that I am on the list to be pulled aside because I've had my name changed.
Now, see, I've had something. I was dropping off
How would they
Tornado
know?
to go to his dad's house. The last time he went to his dad's house at the St. Louis airport, we got stopped. They did a gun residue test on me.
Why?
I don't know. Random check, they said, which really frustrated me. And then, yes, that one. I know that one. Yeah. We left after the plane. He got on the plane, and we got called by the agents, the travel agents, saying that he was having a rough time on the plane. But they hadn't taken off yet, so they needed me to come back to the gate. I went to go back through the gate. They did another gun residue test on me. Twice.
Like you were going to fire a weapon they knew you didn't have between...
Right. I don't even have a license to carry a gun. I don't have a gun. And I told them, I already had this test done on me like 20 minutes ago. They called me back to the terminal. It's an emergency. They're getting my son off the plane. I need to be there. And they're like, well, it's a random test, ma'am. We can't skip you. Whatever. I get there, and there's nobody at the gate. So I'm looking around, and they're like, one of the other travel agents at one of the other gates is like, oh, they got him to settle down. He's already gone on. The plane's already taken off. You can go. But they didn't call me to say, oh, everything was okay. And I had just sprinted half a mile to get back to the terminal.
Oh, man.
That pissed me off.
All this makes me want to fly even more, you know?
Sprinting through airports sucks. Like,
It does.
you land an hour late because there was a delay getting on. And,
right.
So all of your margin for getting to your gate on time for your connecting flight, gone. And like naturally you land clear on the other side of the airport from your connection. It's
Yeah. We actually had that happen. That's why we had to take the train in Tokyo. Our plane had landed late, and we were supposed to have a 2-hour layover. And by the time we got down, we had a half hour to transfer to a different terminal, which was 15 minutes away by train. By the time you did all of the stops, and they got all of the luggage transferred. So, we weren't even sure if we were going to have clothes by the time we got to Okinawa.
Now, I've made a habit lately, I like looking out of the window when I'm flying. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
But I also hate getting out of planes because it takes for frickin' ever, especially if you've got a window seat, right?
Right.
So I have started booking my flights where I'm in the aisle just so I can get out of the plane faster.
Right.
As a result of that, and I don't know when this started, but it seems like nearly everybody who has a window seat is closing the blind every time. And I don't know why. And so I didn't quite realize once how close we were to landing. I figured we still had a couple of minutes before we get to the airport. And I can't look out the window because the person in the window seat has closed it. And so we land. I didn't know we were about to. And the pilot apparently misjudged how close we were to the ground.
Oops.
So we hit hard.
Ooh, I hate those.
And I thought we were still in the air. I thought we were all about to die.
Man. That there was one that...
but you know what I didn't do? I didn't call out to God.
There you are. There was one that lives in my memory. Flying into Atlanta from Cleveland and starting to come... You can see the runway on the approach, and something's not right. And you look... And that's what I am seeing. I'm seeing a flight ready to take off at the end of the fucking runway.
Oh, yes.
So we had to fly over this guy. So you lose that much runway. And then he slams the damn undercarriage down, slams the damn wheels down on the tarmac, puts the thrust reversers engaged, and my CO and I, we're pulling our faces out of the seats in front of us. It's like, at the end of it, it's like, okay, I guess we're down now, right? Oh, for the love of... Even the landing in the crosswind was not quite that much fun. No, we lost a good quarter of the runway because we had to overfly the guy at the end. It was Jesus.
Yeah, it's funny. I have had within less than a year of each other, the best and the worst flying experiences I've ever had. And the one that I was talking about where we had the thunderstorm in Vermont,
Okay.
that was without a doubt the worst flight I've ever had, because that was also the one where we had the delay and I had to get all the way to the other side of the terminal in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
And I got
God,
there
yeah.
drenched in my own filth from running balls to the wall like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the whole sitting on the runway for 40 minutes to get off of the fucking plane because of a thunderstorm in New York State. How stupid is that? Right?
Yeah.
But on the way back from Faithless Forum, on the other hand, I managed to find in the airport a candy stand where it's one of those things you go inside and you scoop all the candy you want into a bag and they weigh it and charge you by the weight. And I found a candy runts, if you're familiar with them,
Yes.
could not find anywhere in San Diego. Could not find
Weird.
it in the airport. And then when I'm on that flight, munching on my runts, I decide, oh, what the heck? And decided, because I hate the live action Michael Bay Transformers movies. They're not the Transformers I grew up with, and I hate it. But on a whim, I decided, oh, what the hell? I'll try Bumblebee, especially since Michael Bay isn't the director. And it was one of the best damn movies I've ever seen. It felt like someone said, hey, you remember E.T.? Well, we're going to make it, but this time E.T. is a transformer instead of an alien. Although the Transformers are technically extraterrestrials, not the point. Point being that it felt like someone had made a movie for 80s kids, and it helps that it was set in the 80s. It seriously had that E.T. vibe to it. It was beautiful. And seriously, like, I've never enjoyed a flight more than the one I had coming back from Faithless Forum.
Oh my! I wish, and I know it would never happen. I don't know that anyone would let me have a license, even if I could afford flight lessons. I wish I could do the whole stick and rudder thing to fly where I wanted to go. I don't know how much TSA or anything like that you have to put up with if you fly yourself. I'm assuming there's some of it.
Probably.
Well,
I think it depends upon what size airport you're flying out of.
Who needs an airport? I got to fly a plane off of Lake Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I told you this story?
I don't think so.
A friend of mine had an airplane when I was living in Seattle, and for whatever reason he said, hey Kate, you want to go flying with me? I was like, okay. And so we drove out to Lake Washington and he took off and we're flying over Seattle, and then he turns to me, takes his hands off the wheel and goes, your turn.
Beautiful. I've had that done to me.
Oh, it was awesome. I got to fly a frickin' seaplane. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, I've had the same thing happen to me, except I didn't get warned.
Oh,
I don't
well,
know if
hi
I've
there, Loki.
I don't know if I've ever told this story to you folks. I know I've told it. Flying through the Grand Canyon, Cessna four-seater. I'm in the right-hand seat, and
Loki.
the pilot has a mic in his hand, on the yoke. I don't know why he needed a mic. It's fucking four-seater, but he's doing the whole flying the thing with the mic, and then keys the mic and says, "Now over there, notice that no hands are on the yoke." And the plane is doing one of these, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Grab the yoke. You could have warned me.
Well, I mean, okay, based on what I did in the plane I was in, as long as nothing interferes with the plane, it'll just keep going forward, even if you let go.
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about the seaplane and about this particular Cessna. They were high wing, because I've never encountered a low wing seaplane unless something was different. But yeah, the high wing aircraft are very forgiving. Yeah, because even this one.
No, go on.
Yeah, even this one, it's what's the word I'm looking for? The roll and descent was slow. It was not what would have happened in a Mustang, for example, with the low wing. God, those are sensitive. You take.
So, well, I mean, I would love to be a pilot. I'd love to get a job as a pilot. Do you think they're high wing?
No, I don't think they're high wing.
High wing.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
High wing.
Yeah, high
Yeah.
wing.
Okay.
I don't think they're high wing.
I wasn't sure if it landed or not because Mom NATO got it. You, Diana, were really confused.
Yes, you stuck the landing there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if it wasn't funny. It's quite another if someone didn't get it.
Okay. Do you guys see?
Because have you ever had a joke where you're like, I don't get it, and someone explains it, and granted, explaining a joke takes away from some of the funny, but someone explains it, you're like, oh, that is good. You know what I mean?
Do you see the other black fur ball by the coffee table?
Wow.
Yes.
That is Loki.
A fur ball.
That is Loki. He's sniffing my sandals.
Hi there, Katie Mish.
That's the all black one.
Oh, yeah, okay. Gotcha.
I've got to go put my food in the oven. So you get to take the trip again.
If there's ever a plane I would love to fly, it would be a Mustang. But that'll never happen.
I would love to be behind the well, I guess it would be a stick rather than a wheel of an F-14. Would be so much fun.
All right, Shadow, come on.
I don't know. I guess
inside. Go.
I don't.
I mean, do planes have a window of usefulness? Like, is there a point now? Because as I understand it, F-14s have been out of use for ages. Yeah. Is there a point where a plane just goes bad?
Eventually their mechanics wear out, I'm sure, and they have to have parts replaced.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, though. The B-52s are damn near 70 years old.
Yeah. Oh, they are not. I mean, sure, they were popular in the 80s, but I mean, they couldn't have aged that much since they were popular.
I believe I'm going to have to look this up. Hang on, because they're still flying now.
Oh, I was talking about the band.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll leave that light on. Food's cooking. Let's see.
Okay. Okay, the first flight of the B-52 was 15 April 1952. So,
hey, do you suppose that has something to do with the name?
It may.
Because, I mean, usually it seems like the numbers of planes are just sequential.
They're close to sequential, but not necessarily sequential. I'm trying to look for this thing here. What I cannot remember was whether there was something that related to some government form or something where they got that from, but I don't know.
Well, it's funny what Amiga Nuts said. There's a projected pilot shortage. That's interesting.
Oh, no, wait, it's...
The thing is, though, I mean, if... where was I going with this? Most airline pilots, as I understand it, are usually hired. They're ex-military folks, usually, is what I heard.
Generally, yeah.
Unless there's some sort of pilot shortage where a civilian can do it, I don't know.
I don't know, because I could be totally full of shit on this one, but I thought I remembered hearing that commercial airlines did not like hiring fighter jocks. Now, I know that there are a whole bunch of other things to fly besides F4s or F-14s, but...
Well, I mean, what are they up to now? F-23 or some shit?
F-35 at least.
Really? Okay. It's hard to keep track anymore.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they're on their second run through the numbering system.
Are they?
I'll remember that you had the whole Century series going. The F100, the F104, the F105, that sort of thing, and then you started all over again. Maybe about I don't know, 40 years ago.
Well, I wouldn't want to be like a passenger pilot anyway. I could never get used to the uniforms.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, you know how I feel about buttons.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I do not understand humanity's fascination with an archaic fastening device. You'd think we could replace buttons with something a little more high tech.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've got to think of something sufficiently Jetsons here.
Well, I mean, we generate some sort of magnetic field that attracts one side of a garment to the other.
Mm-hmm. Magnets, yeah.
Yeah. How do they work? I'm hoping the reference was gotten, but okay.
Yes.
Wait a minute. How magnets work? That's your whatever it is.
Well, yeah, but there was like this rap group or whatever that, like, they had this whole motherfucking magnets. How do they work? Was part of their song or something.
Oh, no wonder I didn't get it. Okay.
Was it Insane Clown Posse? That's who it was. Oh, sure, I remember Insane Clown Posse, but a band I actually like, gone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I plug
So,
in?
I should be actually, and this is either a warning or a promise, I should actually be on camera soon. I'm doing my hair.
Oh my! Yay! Yay!
Okay.
I mean, one thing I wouldn't mind mentioning when I can finally use the camera again. I don't know if you saw my most recent video, the one I put out earlier today.
No, not
no.
the one to no, not yet.
Okay. One thing I did had nothing to do with the actual video. I made a bunch of playing cards based on Quinn Redshift, the animation I'm working on. And I was really happy with how they turned out.
That's good.
Where I've had this idea for a board game that I want to make. Well, I mean, more of a card game, really, but it would require a board to be able to know where to put the cards. It's basically the idea, the premise is aliens invading a medieval kingdom. And, right? Where cows are harvested by the UFOs or the villagers, basically to generate resources to buy better, like, ray guns and catapults and stuff, to be able to either invade successfully or defend and destroy the mothership successfully. I was thinking about calling it Abductions and Dragons. Yes. There were some other titles I was kicking around, and I was thinking about like maybe I'll use them for expansions. One of them was A Midsummer Night's Scream, right? Night Shining Armor. Yeah. The Excalibur Files.
Oh, jeez.
Right? And Area 1451.
Oh my.
Right? But I mean, the thing is, I've been tossing this idea around in my head for a while, and my first thought was to try to make an indie video game out of it. But what I realized last night, I had this sudden flash of insight after I got this playing card deck about how the game would totally work as a card game or a board game. And the big difference is, with a card or board game, I would just need to make the artwork. But it would be super expensive. Whereas for an indie video game, that especially since there's game engines out there that are totally free, that would be something that wouldn't be expensive at all. But I'm not the best programmer in the world, and I have no idea how to build an AI.
Right.
Yeah. So there's pluses and minuses here.
Moo.
Okay, Columbia, shut up. You're not getting fed for another 15 minutes, you. I don't know if you've been hearing her meows.
Yeah.
She's not a happy kitty at the moment. She really wants fed.
Yeah, she doesn't sound very happy.
She's trying to reset the clock, just set it a little earlier every time.
Mhm. So, I mean, this
Yeah.
right here is just clip art. I didn't create any of this really, except for the special effects on the fonts. But this is the basic sort of design I'm going for.
You've got to do this. You know that.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's lovely. I'm so looking forward to figuring out how to iron out the kinks in the gameplay, but it just came to me how it would work as a card game. And no, I did not see Adam Savage make a sword out of a meteorite. I don't even really know who Adam Savage is, though I've heard the name. I know I've heard the name.
Yeah,
it
looks familiar even to me, but I am not placing. Let's find out here. Okay, kids. Mythbusters, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I have never in my entire life seen even one episode of Mythbusters.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, part of it is just that while I have televisions, I haven't had cable since 2000. So,
Right.
If it's not streaming, I don't see it.
I know the feeling. I really do. Because I have not owned a television in something over 10 years.
Right.
Most of my computer monitors are TVs at this point.
Okay. Because, the last television I owned was a CRT television. So, it gives you an idea how long ago that was, yeah.
It's always kind of funny to watch a movie from like the late 90s or even the early 2000s and see those monitors that are totally not flat screens.
Okay, yeah. I've been doing flat screen monitors for quite a few years now.
I try to see if this other headset is working.
Yeah, but there's another freaking July
It's
person.
making noise, but I don't know if it's actually doing anything. So pull out my charger. Well, grab that. My little evil demon pumpkin thingy.
God, you're breaking up like crazy.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's see here. There.
Oh, yeah, absolute. Let me try to remember
okay.
here.
Won't be as
I think I remember your whatever it is.
What?
The good old whatever it is, that Twitter whatever it is. The thing that on the Twitter that you have whatever it is over there, and you're, what the hell am I talking about?
I am completely flummoxed.
Oh,
so I will not be using the other
cards
headset.
I was
that
talking
thing
about,
is
right? See this?
skunky as hell.
Yeah, there we go. They're based on Quinn Redshift, the animation I'm working on, right? And I basically did like sort of futuristic looking.
Wait a minute, I have to look this up here.
Redos of the various suits. The face cards are characters from the animation.
How's that?
Right?
See my little pumpkin demon face?
Every card has its own unique space background.
There you are.
There you go, Kate. What do you think?
I don't know.
Get my little scary face.
I've actually got me pinned for the moment. Oh, I see. That looks familiar. Yeah, so
that's my little shiny USB port.
I did a whole bunch of these playing cards. The jokers or aliens.
Yeah.
So,
What's
yeah,
fun is when it lights
I had
up.
a lot of fun building these. It was a little frustrating getting them right because the template that the company has for making cards is a little ambiguous. But once I got everything sorted, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
playing cards, custom playing cards.
Why is
Right
that
now,
not
this is a
working?
limited edition because it's the only deck that exists.
Yeah.
And it was because I made these that I realized, it's not hard to make your own game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think I'm going to be making Abductions and Dragons.
That would
That
be
sounds like fun.
Fun. Yes, indeed it would be.
Yeah. So.
Yay. Ah, it has been a long day.
Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't feel like I've done that much today, and yet it took a really long time to do none of it.
There we are. Yeah, it always works that way.
Like I started today's video at like 9 or 10 in the morning, finished it around noon, had some actually really decent food that I built, and then played some Spark, and then took a shower, and now I'm here, and it seems like the day just went, Like I feel like I just woke up.
Hi, Adelinda.
Hi, Adelinda. Yay.
Been a while. How is ya?
I'm doing okie dokie. How about all of you?
Not too bad.
Been worse.
In a word,
Oh, come here.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
And phenomena.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look what I started.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know why this brings it to mind, but okay, my phone has about 3,000 MP3s on it, and one that came up that I'd actually completely forgotten about was Zombie Jamboree. Have you ever heard Zombie Jamboree?
No.
No, I have not.
Never even heard of it.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Jamboree took place in the New York cemetery. No? No?
Not at all. Where's it from?
It's an acapella song. I want to say Rockapella did it, actually. You know Rockapella?
Yes.
I'm pretty
I
sure
remember.
And it might be a cover of someone else's song, but they're the ones I know it best, from whom I know it best.
That makes me want to see if I can download Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for my convention playlist.
No, it's definitely not Rockapella. Apparently, it was originally from the Kingston Trio in 1959. So, yeah,
What?
like I said, I was not 100% certain that it was a Rockapella song originally, but they're pretty famous for doing it. Wow, apparently Harry Belafonte did a version of it.
Oh, jeez.
Dang.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
I just went with my dad today to see, we went and saw Eagle Mania. They're like an Eagles tribute band at Busch Gardens.
Oh,
they have a real music series, and like they have a lot of tribute bands that pay homage to like great bands from the past. So today was Eagle Mania.
Yes.
And 2 weeks ago we went and saw a group called Simply Queen, and like the guy just was awesome. Like he looked just like Freddie Mercury.
There is a Kiss cover band called Lips. Which is funny because, as I understand it, originally, like the inspiration for the name Kiss was actually a band called Lips, and so the fact that there's a cover band called Lips of Kiss is kind of ironic.
Yeah. Kitty, if you keep going further down, I'm going to be mighty unhappy with you with your claws.
Oh, bad kitty.
Yes. Oh, you can see him though.
Yep, kitty.
This is my tuxedo cat Smudge, who's called Smudge because of his little smudge on his nose.
Oh.
Oh, now he's sniffing at the dog's ear, and I'm waiting for the dog to go running. because Smudge regularly beats up on the German Shepherd pup.
It always
Lab
works
mix.
that way,
Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Smudge is all of 7 pounds and Shadow's 85 pounds or so. And you'll hear it any minute now. He's going to get upset and hiss at the dog. Right now, he's doing that slight hop to try and rub against him. And Smudge is looking at him like, don't get near my face, don't get near my face, don't get near my face.
I know. My favorite story, like, I have two favorite stories about a German Shepherd.
Yeah, this is the head of the German Shepherd pup, Black Lab mix, which scares Kate like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, dogs are evil.
Dogs are doggle.
Okay.
Like, one story I have is like, the store that I used to work at in the deli, I was putting stuff out on the sales floor, and so this really little person, like an actual little person, she's riding on one of those motorized things, and she says, "Hey, can you grab one of those sandwiches for me?" It was a turkey one, and I'm like, "Okay." So I grabbed it for her, and she goes, "Yeah, my dog loves these." And I said, "Oh, what kind of dog do you have?" Mind you, this woman didn't even come up to my knee, and she goes, "Oh, he's a German Shepherd."
Okay.
Oh my god. She could ride around on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean the mental image that popped into my head was in no way politically correct, but the very first thing I thought was
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, like, last month, me and my dad were in our local Big Lots. We just walked in, and we're saying hi to the workers. Next thing we know, this big-ass dog comes just waltzing right into the store and just starts running around. Like, not randomly, though. It's going up and down aisles. And the guys look at us, they go, "Is that your dog?" I'm like, "Nope, our dog's dead." So this other guy, he comes up and they go, "Sir, do you have a dog?" He goes, "Yeah, why?" They said, "I think it's in the store." So he called for the dog. Dog came right over to him. Turns out it was his service dog that he had left in the truck. It got out of the truck and came in to look for him.
Why would you leave your service dog in the truck?
Yeah, something doesn't sound right here.
Yeah, well, he went back out and put the service... He went out with the dog and put the service vest on and then came back with him. Because I guess... Well, maybe he only went inside for, like, a thing or two or just to look around. Like, it depends on what he needed it for.
The other day, I guess it's Sunday, I was with my mom and we went out to go to the Walmart and we stopped at the Home Tractor Supply. And... we're standing there at the register getting ready to pay, and all of a sudden I feel this wet swipe across my toes. And it turns out the gentleman who had pulled up behind us in line had a black lab service dog that was 13 years old, and she was sniffing my feet and licking at my toes because she smells Shadow.
Oh, no!
And I was like, well, I would pet her, but she's a service dog and you're not supposed to pet them. And she's like, she walked up to you, so I won't say anything about it if you do, because she approached you first.
Oh, that is so sweet.
That's kind of breaking protocol, though, is it not? I mean, the dog is not supposed to do that, and I thought the dog knew that, but no?
Unless she was still in training.
Well, no, she was sitting next to him, but she was close enough to me because of where she was sitting that she could lean over and sniff and lick my toes. So it was like, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think she's probably smelling either my dogs or my mom's dogs. And he's like, yeah, not a surprise. She likes other dogs. So,
one time I was with my family. We were out at the Tampa Brewery, and we were with our cousins that were in town. And so, we paid our bill, and my dad got up to go to the bathroom. He's like, "I'll be right back." When he came back, he said, "Someone at the bar over there has an actual big English bulldog." But it says service dog on the side. He says, so, that means you can't pet it. So as we're getting ready to walk out, my dad comments, oh, that's a great dog. Too bad we can't pet it. She goes, actually, that's not that kind of service dog. She goes to nursing homes and hospitals, and she's a therapy
Oh,
dog.
she's
So
a
this,
therapy dog. Yeah.
yep. So she came over and we all cuddled her. And it was the first time I ever
Yeah.
touched a bulldog. And I
Yeah.
thought their fur would be like more bristly and such, or
No, it's
coarse.
slick.
It's soft. It was so soft I could
It's
not get enough.
soft and plushy. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was in love. And
But
it's
you're
like,
probably not too far from where I live, Adelinda.
oh, where are you at?
Crystal River.
Oh, so yeah, I'm in Tampa. I'm in the Carrollwood area.
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours north of you.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, I'm on the west coast like you. Crystal River is around Inverness
I
and
might have been up there a
Homosassa.
time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
might have been up there a time or two, like on a class trip or something. I don't really
Yeah.
leave Tampa too much unless it's with my
Yeah.
family, like to Orlando or wherever.
Mhm. Yeah. So.
I just ran across an article that is so freaking stupid that I had to check to see whether it was parody or satire, and apparently it's not.
Is it associated with the election upcoming?
Only peripherally. It says here the headline, Trump doctor hid cauliflower and mashed potatoes to improve diet. So
What the
I'm not even kidding.
Oh no, I know why this is
Former
coming up.
doctor reportedly hid cauliflower in his mashed potatoes in an attempt to improve the president's diet. And like a quote here, the exercise stuff never took off as much as I wanted it to, he said, but we were working on his diet. We were making the ice cream less accessible. We were putting he sounds like a goddamn toddler.
Yeah,
toddler.
well,
He is.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, no, the reason this is
I looked up the Hill because I was sure it was a serious news site. And I'm like, but this sounds like something out of The Onion.
right.
And
Yeah,
I checked every source I could find to make sure this wasn't satire or parody, and apparently it's not.
the
No,
Hill
I
is
know why
not
this
a
is
satire
like it.
site, no.
I know why this is coming up. I know why this article is coming up.
Because he
Trump is going to India. And India,
He's there.
they're gonna make him eat a vegetarian diet because of course they don't eat cow.
Mm-hmm.
Moo.
And they don't eat, a lot of them don't eat meat, period. They're vegans over there.
Okay, but they're saying that this diet started 2 years ago.
Right, but the reason this is coming up now, they're mentioning it now, is because one of Trump's favorite things to get on the plane is McDonald's burgers. And the only thing he likes to eat is McDonald's.
He has a serious problem.
At the very end
Yeah.
of the article, it says the former physician served at the White House medical unit under the past 3 presidents. He said he received the Trump stamp of approval after his 2018 press conference, in which he said Trump had, quote, incredible genes, performed, quote, exceedingly well on a cognitive test, and asserted that if the president had had a better diet, he could have lived to 200 years old. I mean, this sounds like The Onion. This sounds like it has to be parody, but it's not.
No.
You never heard of mashed cauliflower, Kate?
Well, I hate cauliflower. It's disgusting, but
Yeah,
still.
I don't like it either, but yeah.
Well,
We
they're
serve it
now-
at my store.
Yeah,
But,
well, see,
but the
they're
fact is that he hid it in Trump's. He hid it
right.
in Trump's mashed potatoes. Like it's the only way to get your kid to eat the pill or something.
Yeah, well,
see-
it's almost indistinguishable, like texture-wise, from mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but they're also drying it out after mashing it up and then grinding it to turn it into cauliflower flour to mix into bread crusts now and pizza doughs to try
Ooh.
and make them healthier.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I know this because Oprah Winfrey, That's Good Pizza. Yeah, That's Good Pizza has cauliflower crust. Yeah.
Would somebody please douse Oprah Winfrey in hexane and set her on fire? Please?
Not until she gives me a car. When she gives me a car, yes.
Oh yes, you see it all the time. She gives all this shit away on her show.
Yeah, her and Ellen DeGeneres deserve each other.
I have a very obnoxious kitty who is 4 minutes past her feeding time, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I know Ellen DeGeneres, like it's been reported many times that she treats her staff horribly, and her and Oprah are best friends. So I'm sure Oprah wasn't too nice to people either.
I'm sure. I gotta go check and see how close my dinner is being done.
I'm certain that I'm not on the
I'm
gift
not on
list
their
of
wish list for
either
sure.
one of them. Yeah. It's,
Oh, 2 minutes.
Yeah, they only give to people that actually like do astounding things.
Oh yes.
Well, if I remember correctly, the nephew of a friend of mine or a cousin or whatever the fuck it happened to be was on the Ellen DeGeneres show because he could twirl a baton.
Oh my.
And how old is he?
Okay.
I think he's in his 50s.
In his 50s.
Oh my.
I think it's in his 50s, yeah.
Really?
He's young. I'm pretty sure he's younger than I am.
Oh my. That just astounds me.
Well, he does this whole baton twirling thing with every parade he can find.
My thing cut out.
Oh, well, twice.
I've seen him work because he's done a couple of the pride parades here. I mean, he's as gay as a picnic basket, but who cares? I mean, so am I.
We have 2 Adelindas.
Oh my!
Am I coming up twice? Like, am I sounding off twice?
Nope, you're not.
Okay, yeah, because my meeting app said it stopped working, so I pushed to restart, and I immediately got back in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna let the timer go off all the way.
Yeah, what are we up to here? Yeah, we got this Diana person. I don't know who the hell she is, and then one of the Adelindas just disappeared, and then we've got the other one, and we've got Kate, and we've got Mom NATO. The hell is
the doppelganger is gone, and I survive.
There can be only one.
There you are.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of
watch that movie, it's so freaking long.
Well,
speaking of what I said earlier, Kate, about Adam Savage from MythBusters, he has his own show like on Discovery Channel where he like does like other fantastical things, and he took an actual meteorite ore and made it into a sword, and it looked like wicked cool.
See, the problem is that I'm definitely thinking of someone else when I think of the name Adam Savage, and I can't.
Probably a singer.
No, probably like Ben Savage or something from TV.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it's someone whose first name is Adam.
I don't know.
Comedian. I think he might be Jewish.
Okay.
Adam Sandler.
Sitcoms. He's been on a
Adam
lot of sitcoms.
Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
Sandler. No. Taller and more like built.
Adam McGillicuddy? I don't know.
Wait a minute. I might have it. Hold on. Let me look. Come on. I clicked the damn thing for crying out loud. I don't know why, but sometimes when I click, my mouse decides, no, you didn't. Yeah, here we go. I'm thinking of Adam Carolla. That's who I'm thinking of.
Who?
I'm looking at his pictures here. This is totally Adam Carolla, who I was thinking of.
Adam Savage is a ginger.
Yeah, I don't even know who Adam Carolla is.
You'd probably recognize him if you saw him.
I doubt it.
But yeah, we recently got rid of our cable like a couple weeks ago, and it's been a big adjustment for me and my dad, and I'm trying to find ways to like stream things for free. I already subscribed to Netflix, and almost any other app I try, you have to have some sort of TV subscription in order to access the shit you want to stream, and it sucks. So I'm trying to look into like
Hulu?
Yeah, this is.
I might get Hulu like when it gets closer to when the new season of Orville comes out.
Yeah, that's the only reason I have kept my Hulu account is because of the Orville. Hulu has been so freaking obnoxious lately. Don't even get me started.
Commercials and shit.
No, actually, Well, part of it is that half their shit is at a really, really, really low volume for no good reason.
And then the commercials just blare, and then you got to turn it
Actually,
down, then you got to turn it up again. That's what we had to
not-
do when we first watched The Orville.
I'm not getting commercials from Hulu. I don't know where you're getting that.
Well, I
Oh,
pay
if
for
you
like the
don't-
basic plan,
Yeah, if you don't pay
and
for
you still get
something
commercials.
expensive, you get
I'm
commercials.
paying $12. I don't get commercials.
I paid
Yeah.
like the $6.99, I think, just like the basic plan, just to
Yeah.
enough to access it.
Mm.
What you eating?
Mmm. Chicken stuffed with apples and brie cheese.
Sounds delish. Where's mine?
Oh, you have to come down and visit. I have one more in the freezer.
Ah. I
Well,
got
there-
frozen lasagna. We can trade.
Tornado wanted me to make pizza tonight, and I came home from my mom's. And just didn't feel like cooking too much, so he's out of luck.
Well, there's the thing I'm going to have to do. I was looking yesterday at the local Walmart. I wanted a deep dish pizza, and I couldn't find one that was pre-done. Except those 4-inch diameter pizzas. For
Right.
Yeah, like the personal ones.
yeah, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm just going to have to learn to make pizza, and I'm going to have to make pizzas, and
Okay.
when I want a Chicago pizza, then I can make one, and
Okay.
we'll go from there.
They invert everything. No.
There's one way you could do this, Diana. If you want to, do you have a cast iron skillet?
No,
Mm.
I have to
Can you
work.
get one cheap at a thrift shop?
I'm going to look into that and see if I can do it. Yeah, because getting one new, you're talking
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars here, and
Not anymore. There's shops online that you can buy cast iron skillets from that will ship them to you. But I don't know how much they run. I don't
okay,
think it's
so
$100.
so I get to sit outside at the picnic table for a week waiting for the thing to get here, right? Have you heard me complain about getting shit shipped out here? Whoa! Yeah.
that bad, huh?
For example, UPS or FedEx
Yes.
refuse to deliver to me. They will come up to the door. They will stay at the door long enough to put the note on the door, and then they will leave.
That is weird.
The note says that I can pick the stuff up at the terminal or whatever it is. That's like a 6 or 7
Yeah, the
mile
outpost thing.
6 or 7 mile walk from here.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
One of the problems is that this building has a locked security door and no buzzer system.
Oh,
Yeah,
Goodness.
don't even ask me how that works. But the other thing about the thing, though, is that the residents in this building do everything they can to break that door. They have actually broken the hinges from time to time. They have torn the door closer off. So half the time,
why?
because they prop the door open. I suspect somebody is operating a business out of their apartment. But what I want to do is find a way to figure out who it is, and without anybody knowing who's doing it, have them thrown out for it. Because there's the other thing with it's the neighborhood I live in, etc., etc., etc. I really am loath to point up that, okay, something is happening, or if someone is banging on my window because they want to get into the building, because, oh, I left my key upstairs. Yeah, sure you did.
Nope.
Right.
I still will let them in because I don't want to get shot.
Right.
So, it's a trade-off. You get that cheap apartment for the place you live in. So I don't know. It would be so nice if I could find the right combination. If I could find the right content, for example, improve my content immensely, and then find the 5 million subscribers and 1 million views per video, and like $40,000 per month income. Then I could go to Shady Side or something, and buy a small house and live in comfort. But no, it's not going to happen this week,
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, whoops.
Where in the world is Carmen Sardiego?
Yeah. Sorry, I hit something on my iPod.
I know that feeling. There's someone who is wrong on the internet, in fact, wrong on one of my videos right now. And I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes when you try to go to the comments on a video, the video plays instead
Yes,
of...
yes.
Yup.
Yeah.
It's bad when you only have, like I know some people have unlimited data, but I don't. So, like, if I'm trying to look at something and the video starts playing, I'm like, no, stop! I only have 2 gigs.
Now, see, I have Net 10,
What is
which
that?
there's no contract for it. It's a phone company.
Oh, okay.
And I pay
Yeah, one of those pay-as-you-go.
$20 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, but the speed is low. But it's only $20 a month for unlimited text, talk, and data. So I don't get charged for anything.
Oh, that's cool, at least. Yeah, like, through my work, I get a discount with Verizon. So, like, for me, and for like, I have a phone, I have a tablet through them. Both are paid off. And my dad's basic flip phone, I only pay like 98 something a month. And that's Verizon, one of the most expensive phone companies out there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then my phone is almost like 2.5 years old, and it's paid off, but the battery's starting to go on it to the point that it will not last half a day anymore.
Well,
It's like, yeah, the phone's mine, but it's dying.
Can you go onto
Time to get a new
Amazon
phone.
and buy a new battery?
I don't know if it can be easily replaced. I mean, they give it a glass back just so that way it can, get put on a wireless pad. So I don't know if it'd be worth, trying to replace it. Because I'd have to take it to a phone place. I am not savvy with any of that.
Here I thought
Yeah,
that it
I
might
got the
be,
Galaxy S8.
I thought it might be something as simple as the ancient Android I have, where all you do is take the back off and you're there.
No.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, I got the S8, so yeah, they start making those with glass backs so that they can charge wirelessly.
Oh my.
But the OtterBox is still good on it from the time I got it. 2 people at my job also had S8s at the time they came out. They didn't have any covers on their phones. One, her daughter accidentally dropped it and cracked the back of the phone. And one of them was a manager for produce that he didn't have a cover on it. He said, I got an OtterBox coming in a week on Amazon, so it'll be fine. And he went to go put it in his pocket, and it slipped from his hand and slid down his pants and cracked the face. So that's why as soon as I got mine, I got it at Best Buy because they had a deal on it at the time where you save like $300 off the cost of the phone. And yeah, it was awesome. So I found an OtterBox and I'm like, here, as soon as you activate it, put this on. And I've had it on ever since.
That's the really, really, really amazing thing is I'm just not accustomed to spending $1,000 for a telephone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you only 2% of it is calls and the rest of it is games and apps. And texting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
well, I just don't play the telephone games. I don't like to use the data. I do not have unlimited data. And
well, I play like Candy Crush and stuff. Like if I'm bored, and it doesn't take up any data. It just takes up more battery than anything. Like if I'm on break at work, I just zone out. I put a video on YouTube, and I have my earbuds in, and I'm sitting there listening to the video and half watching while I play Candy Crush.
God, when was the last time I played Candy Crush? I cannot remember.
I've never played Candy Crush.
It's addictive. And it's like every time I miss a level, I'm like, you fuck. Come on, come on, come on!
I
I'm
also
like, just
haven't
need one
played
break.
Angry Birds either. I've played Pokemon Go,
Mm-hmm.
but that might be one of the only phone games I've played. It's funny because like a lot of today's culture seems to assume that everyone just lives on their friggin' phone. You know, like
Yeah.
the sheer number of like Facebook memes, you know, the ones where you get to
Hi.
play along, do this, that, or the other thing. Like post the last picture that you took on your phone. I'm like, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
browsing on a PC. To get the picture off my phone, I would have to like send it to my email address and then save it
Mhm.
from Gmail onto my hard drive, and then I can post the fucking thing. And it's like, I'm not on my phone at the moment, guys.
That's just like the
Yeah.
modern day version of chain emails.
But I
Yeah.
Pass
mean,
this along for good
some of them are
luck.
a lot of fun. My personal favorites are the ones where you
Plus.
type in a phrase and then you start hitting autocomplete until it produces a sentence. Because some of those are wacky as hell.
Oh
I
my.
don't, I don't think I have that. I've tried it, but like it doesn't really give me too much.
Okay. I don't know why, but for a while, my phone kept referencing the Blue Angels every time I do it. Probably because when I lived in Seattle, they would do stunt flights overhead for a week for Seafair. And everyone starts to bitch about all the noise. And so, but every time I would press, the predictive text, it would come up with the Blue Angels this, the Blue Angels that. It was crazy.
What I hate is the freaking autocorrect to the point where like if I want to put like LETS, not like let's do something, not um or no, not that. It's more like this lets me do it, not LET apostrophe
Yeah,
S. It
right.
keeps giving me the apostrophe. And I'm like, I
Mhm.
have to keep going back and freaking correcting it.
Yeah, the
Oh.
sheer number of times I'm like, okay, phone, I was not using the word duck. I assure you I
Yeah.
was not saying duck.
It's
Mhm.
like, please do not swear. Please do not swear. I
Uh,
actually, well, since I got the Galaxy S8 and it has Bixby built in, that's supposed to be their form of Siri or Alexa. I took some fun with it and I started swearing at it. It says, "There's no need for that type of language" and stuff like that.
I don't know, like my phone has this Bixby thing, and I'm like, I don't want this. How do I uninstall it? Could I get it to stop
Yeah,
reminding me to use it constantly? And uh,
like there's like I know there's a way you can at least disable the button and you can reprogram the button that turns Bixby on.
hmm. Well, okay, I found one of them here. It's I am fill in your name, Lord/Lady of predictive text, bringer of predictive text, fear me for I predictive text. And so what I came up with was I am Kate, lady of my family, bringer of my own life, fear me for I know you.
All right then.
Nice.
And then there's some good ones here, it's like I am Beth, lady of all, bringer of the year. Fear me, for I will have a great weekend. Yeah.
A
Oh
great
my.
weekend sling.
Yeah.
Speaking of slang, I've been to the Renaissance Festival for 2 weekends in a row.
Oh.
Huzzah!
Oh, here we go. I am
Oh.
Jennifer, lady of the dogs, bringer of my jewelry. Fear me and my daughter.
Okay.
Which did not follow the format. It's supposed to be fear me for I predictive text, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah, so I really enjoy those particular memes that require your phone, but most of them I'm just like, this will take so much work to do. So, yeah.
Now you've got Namana stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
It's all right. I've had Zombie Jamboree on auto repeat since I brought it up. So,
Even at work, I start getting that stuck in people's heads. Either that, or if I'm feeling vindictive, I'll start doing Baby Shark.
Oh God.
Eek.
I think I might be glad I don't know that one.
Oh,
Oh
Don't
gosh.
start or I
Like-
will let you on fire. I will find you and I will kill you, cook you, and eat you.
hey,
So don't start.
if you're gonna listen to it, look up the metal version from Frogleaf Studios. That's about the best version of the song you'll find.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's metal, so I'm like, metal is the only thing I'll accept now.
Hmm.
And it's cute because
Well-
the guy did it with his daughter.
Oh my.
So, okay, there is this guy. I'm trying to remember his name. I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel, who does basically he plays the piano and he does a lot of ragtime covers of songs. Where
I don't
his
know.
whole shtick is 3 songs in this genre that should never be played as ragtime, and yeah, some of the covers have been pretty wacky.
Oh my.
You know, I'd say better than metal. Like he was doing national anthems that should never be played as ragtime, and he did like Germany and he did Canada. But
Wow.
I gotta
my.
tell you, actually, the Russian national anthem played as ragtime is actually really good.
Excuse me.
Don't let Putin hear.
You know, I'm just saying it's actually a channel worth watching in my never humble opinion.
I know my ex used to recommend songs for me, and I'm like, damn it, you know my tastes, and you know I like stuff with a good melody. So there's still songs I listen to, and then I'm like, oh yeah, he turned me on to them. I love the song, but I still hate him.
I know that feeling. Oh, do I ever know that feeling? Just having those horrid associations with a song you love. Like, okay, now I realize this might sound horrible of me, but like, does anyone remember the movie Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
There was this great song over the credits, and I was like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. And so I looked up the guy who did it, because it was just one guy, apparently. I don't think he has a whole band. And I discovered that he said that every song he makes is about the power of Christ and how much his religion means to him. And you wouldn't know it from the lyrics, but I gotta tell you, it kind of soured me on the guy.
I
It's
could
like Tom
understand
Cruise.
how.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, seriously, you would not know it from the lyrics that that's what's going on, but he says all his inspiration is from his Christianity.
All I could think of sometimes with that thing is like, like any of you all ever watch South Park?
No.
Not in a long time.
Yes.
Well, there was an episode that Eric Cartman, he wanted to come out with an album and get like platinum and get money for it. So he started doing Christian music, and he turned all kinds of different love songs and sexual songs into I wanna love you, Jesus. I wanna lay you down by the fire.
Jeez.
And he got money and fame, but like he never beat his friend, and it was it was just so hilarious that Christians just ate it up too. They're like, he's just taking songs and putting Jesus on it, and voila!
You know, though, you just got me thinking about something horrible. Got me thinking about Chef turning some of his songs into Jesus.
Oh, if Isaac Hayes were still alive, I would love to hear him do that kind of shit.
Wait, Isaac Hayes is dead? I must have missed something.
Yeah, he passed away like years ago, I think.
Oh,
Many years ago.
It's in my
Okay.
still up to look into making, because, yeah, I forget when, but...
Yeah, it was sad though, because like in the last episode he ever appeared in on South Park, he had dialogue, but then he died, so they couldn't do anything with the character, so they just offed him.
Okay.
They were going to bring him back like Darth Vader style.
There you go. He died 10 August 2008. So that was a while ago.
All right. I don't know. I'm still sad about Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, he was in so much, be it animated or live action, and yeah.
He will be missed.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of recent actors and singers who have died in the last 3 years that just, it's depressing.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thinks that celebrities are dying at a faster rate than they have?
You know what it is all of the most of the celebrities we grew up with were
Nah, not that. Not that. No, because okay, a lot of the celebrities that have been dying where I see notices of them are ones I've never heard of. Some of them are ones that were never on my
Okay, then I
radar,
don't know.
or some of them are super young, that sort of thing. Like because people tried to make that argument before where it's like, oh no, you're just of an age where all the people you grew up with are the ones dying off. And I'm like, no, not at all.
Okay.
And so it's just like, I don't know. It seems like if I get onto Facebook and I'm reading through the page, there will be an announcement somewhere of some famous dude dying. And some of them are people from way the hell before my time, like this activist or this scientist or whatever.
Right.
And some of them are like decades younger than I am, and I never really they never registered on my radar. So, but it really does seem like just the rate of celebrity death has increased in the last few years. And maybe it's just that we have more access to information. Maybe that's why.
Could it be?
It is possible.
It is possible. Peer pressure, though, and the stresses that we put on celebrities these days. The public puts so much pressure and adulation on celebrities these days that they have almost no life outside of whatever they're famous for.
Yeah, and God forbid. I mean, like,
they have no privacy.
Well, I don't know. Is there anything new about that? I mean,
it's not new?
Did Brad Pitt have to put up with any more or less than Clark Gable, for example?
Yes. You got to keep in mind the accessibility of cameras back in Clark Gable's day.
And I mean, let's face it, people are easier to track these days simply because of the internet.
Right.
Yeah, it's like someone will spot a celebrity in a restaurant and they'll say, hey, such and such is at this restaurant. Quick, come over here. Tweet it out. And everyone's going to rush in.
Okay.
And I saw an article or a video or something about some of the crazy lengths celebrities will go to in order to not be recognized, to just go out and be themselves. And like there's this one dude, I think it might even be Justin Bieber, will like put on a fake beard and sunglasses and ride around in a wheelchair just so people don't think it's him. And Johnny Depp does something crazy and all this. And it was just this crazy article. I'm like, why would... I'm not sure I would ever want to be a celebrity in this kind of culture.
Well, you think about, you've got the internet, you've got cameras almost in some cities on every street corner.
And
you've
social
got
media.
Cameras, social media, you've got cameras in every single store, gas station, restaurant, just to make sure that people who do something bad, like rob them, are caught. And no, that's not the celebrity's fault, but it spreads. Oh, this famous person is here, and then they get mobbed.
So I came across, I mean, speaking of the cameras, I came across this meme recently where it's like, I remember a time when I could go into a store with $1 and come out with sodas and candy bars and gum, but now there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's just and when you think about that, the lack of privacy, the lack of actually being able to probably live an average life as a celebrity, outside of what you do, it creates a form of stress that, how do you deal with that? And a lot of them deal with it by turning to drugs and alcohol, and then they get addicted and overdose or tear up their bodies to where their bodies cannot cope. So they die of an illness.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of, like, I don't know if part of it is just that natural causes went undiagnosed for a very long time or whatever. But it seems like if you hop on IMDb, find a dead celebrity and look up what killed them, a lot of it, there's a lot of celebrity cancer and a lot of celebrity overdoses.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at Alan Rickman and David Bowie. They died within days of each other, less than a week apart.
Mhm.
And one died of pancreatic cancer, and the other one died of another form of cancer.
There's also a fair amount of celebrity suicides too.
Oh, yes.
Because then they can't take it anymore. It's like
Yeah.
their life is not their own.
Well, actually, for a lot of them, it's just they took a role that they got way too into and it fucked them up. Like, there are a couple of people where their role required them to play an insane person. There's some where their role required them to lose a metric fuck ton of weight to portray a junkie or something. And you look at, say, Daniel Day-Lewis and some of the lengths he goes to get into a role. Like when he was playing, I think it was The Last of the Mohicans, actually. He decided to go out and live in a tent for like 3-4 months just to get into the role. And then he played a junkie. And like I said, he lived on about 100 calories a day for a couple of months just so he could slim down to look like a guy had been doing a shit ton of coke. You know?
Like, the guy that did Rain Man, like, he got so far into his role that it took him many, many months just to get out of that mindset of
Dustin
that
Hoffman.
Dustin
character.
Hoffman.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it wouldn't shock me to discover that some of these people get killed just because they got way too into a role. I still don't know why Jonathan Brandis, for example, killed himself, though. I don't think he left a note. Yeah. I don't know.
I know the day that Betty White passes away, that's going to be a national tragedy. Because, like, she is a national treasure.
That's going to be the heat death of the universe, is what that's going to be.
Yeah.
True. I think, yeah,
Oh, my
then
God.
the universe
Yeah,
will weep and then
like-
it'll collapse on itself.
Someone was saying, and I'm trying to remember exactly which musician it was, but there was this whole thing where it's like, Betty White and what was it like not Mick Jagger? Who's the one I'm thinking of? Steven something.
Tyler.
Yeah,
Steve
they're
Tyler.
They're gonna be the last two people left on Earth, and they'll have to fight to the death because
Oh,
they're
yes.
both Islanders or something.
They'll have to fight the cockroaches.
Well, have you looked at Steve Tyler recently? Oh my God. I mean, the man is just
Yeah.
like skinny as a bean.
Yeah.
He's still rocking.
Yeah.
And he honestly looks damaged. I mean, he looks craggy. But there's also
Well,
something
he
where
did.
it's like there's all these comparisons of how he looks now, and he looks sort of like someone's grandmother or something.
He did a lot of illicit stuff.
Sex, drugs, and
When-
rock and roll, baby.
Yep. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll when he was first starting out. And he looks like he was drugged by a horse and put up wet.
Well, I mean, okay, take for example, this here is
I guess
Steven
it's-
Tyler, and he looks like somebody's grandma.
He does.
Yes,
Jeez,
yeah, he
man.
does.
Yeah. I
That it's the way he's got his hair styled.
and it's the glasses.
It scares me that he looks like I'm probably going to look in a couple of years.
He's probably going to his bridge club.
Hey, hello, puppy. Hello, puppy.
What are you doing? Stop.
Yeah.
My hand is getting licked by my dog.
At least it's just your hand.
Yeah, he's laying on the couch now. He's in his side of the couch.
Ah,
I miss my
stop it.
doggo.
That he's my buddy. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old, and he is now almost 13.
Oh, wow. Nice long life for doggo.
Oh yes. But he's not. He used to jump up on my bed at night and sleep with me, but he's
Can't
getting
quite
too
make
old
it
to jump.
anymore.
No, he doesn't. He used to jump up on the couch, and now he just
Okay, now.
What the fuck?
Whoa! Oh my
Stop it!
god!
Oh, that's horrible. Stop it. Get it out of here.
Oh my god!
Yes, I suppose I am.
But yeah, he sort of drags himself up onto the couch these days.
Mm.
But let me see. Let's see.
Hey, baby.
You know, I
Yeah.
think I preferred Zombie Jamboree to what's in my head right now.
Oh.
What's in your head now?
The techno version of the hamster dance.
Oh, yeah, amigo, I saw that.
Yeah, that.
Bad kitty. You don't get to lick off plates. Go on.
If all the raindrops for lemon drops become
It's like
drops.
40 after 6, and I'm starting to wonder if I should have some of that food stuff I've read so much about.
I'm
Not
not
as hungry as I ought to
Goodness.
be, I suppose, but I'm still hungry.
The thing is that
Get a
you know,
burger.
that whole food, you know, it reminds you somehow every now and then that you want some of me, and it's like I don't know. In my
But it
case,
has
it
an
does.
adverse reaction.
In my case, it does
To your
that too
body.
often.
No.
I mean, I over the last 2.5 days, I had a half dozen donuts, and
No.
something I did not exactly want to do. They were great donuts, don't get me wrong, but
Krispy Kreme.
well, they were not Krispy Kreme. They were something from the local Squall Mart, but they still weren't bad. The thing is, though, that I'm trying to lose, okay? And I'm not going to make it to 200 by the end of the month, okay? Not after that half dozen donuts, let me tell you.
Plus the pots. I can't even say.
Oh,
it.
the punch key.
Punch keys. Punch keys.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to try again. Those things, I totally failed at punch key this time around.
Well, like I said, wrap a tea towel around the bottom of your bowl. Snug it in like it's like you're bunting a baby. or
Bunting a
no.
baby?
By the way, I need to thank you for a hint that you gave me for basting meat.
Who?
Who,
That
what?
was,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was Diana, but one of you, like I asked, or sorry, not basting, marinating.
Oh!
Because,
Oh, me.
because-
Yeah.
yeah, the stabbing it with a fork really
Uh
helped.
huh. It did. Good.
Oh, yeah,
Good,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
good.
yeah. That was Mom Nada that suggested that.
And someone is
Yay.
totally going to make a meme out of me doing this, even though it's supposed to be a fork.
It's like die.
No, that's not what I think they're going to turn that
No,
into.
Right,
no, that's
right.
definitely not what it looked like. Yeah.
Well, the meme would kind of be lost in the fact that everybody know you don't do that.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Beach.
but
Oh,
still,
Beach.
someone somewhere would try to make
Come
hay out of it.
here.
You know they would.
True.
Yes, I love my kitty.
Beach. Jeff was supposed to come out here, and we were supposed to test that KFC sandwich for science. We had
Oh, when I was at
talked about it
Yeah, see?
Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning he was dead.
Can you see the smudgy on his nose every once in a while when he lifts it? His nose is black, but the rest of it's pink and white. Poor kitty.
When I was at Renaissance Festival this past Saturday, I went into they have what's called the Pirates Galley. It's an actual little sit-in area that you can go in, get table service, and you get a drink and an entree for $14, which is pretty cool. And they had their chicken parm sliders, and they serve them with truffle potato chips. So I ordered that, and
Truffle
it was
potato chips.
yeah. I don't know what makes them truffle, but they were delicious anyway. And so they give you 3 chicken parm sliders, which is just the fried chicken breast, pesto, marinara sauce, and fresh mozzarella on a little
Yes.
hamburger bun.
You
So,
make a good door.
The girl that served me, she said, "You like that?" I said, "Yeah." So the owner came over and she said, "Yeah, you know what? My secret for that is I take the chicken breasts and I marinate them in heavy cream, not half and half, heavy cream before I bread them and fry them." And I'm like, "They're so good."
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fatter than I already am.
Yeah, so far I'm lucky my doctor has not mentioned that I need to lose weight yet.
Well, my doctor actually complimented me the last time I was in.
Oh?
He said, "Yeah," he said, "I noticed that you lost a good bit there, and it's a darn good thing." Because he said something to the effect of, for those who are overweight, he suggests losing 10% of their body weight to start, and I was within 4 pounds of that, and said, "Yeah, darn good job there." And I wasn't even trying for 10%, but no, I was at 240 this past July, and that was the heaviest I ever was, and it was uncomfortable for me to tie my shoes. I am now down to about 210. I really want to get to. I wouldn't mind 180, and then once I get down to 180, try for 160 and see how it feels. I have been at 160, and it felt really, really good. The problem is that at the time I was 22 years old, so there may be a bit of a difference now.
Yeah, I haven't been 160 since I got pregnant with Tornado.
Okay.
And at that point, I was 140, and I was playing 3.5 hours of racquetball every other day.
Yeah, and I haven't seen my doctor in 3 years, I think, and I am ashamed to go back because I've gained back my weight that I lost on Weight Watchers plus some. And I went back to Weight Watchers this past week after not being there for like 8 months, and I'm like, I need to start this back up again because I know I'm heavier, and I need to get rid of this because I'm 35 going on 36, and it's just gonna, really get me bad. And so when I went there and I got my weigh-in and stuff, I'm like, okay, I looked at the scale and the readout, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I have a starting point.
Well, I have lost a bit of, mostly it's water weight, but I'm down to about 215. But then again, well, I'm 5'3", so 210 is a lot.
I'm 5'5", and
so, but again,
I kind of hit a barrier with weight. Like, it doesn't seem to matter how much I exercise, I'm hovering at the same level.
Yes, I know that feeling.
Even if I moderate my intake of bad food, I'm still just hovering.
Yes.
And I'm like, this sucks.
Well, with chest size, I can't do any running because it hurts. It's painful. I also can't do long periods of standing because of my back. So I'm kind of stuck. I have to do low impact, but I can't afford to go to a gym. So the only thing that leaves is walking. So,
and it's hard to get yourself motivated to actually get up and walk.
Well,
and then you have to
that feeling. When I wasn't allowed to exercise properly for about 6 months after the brain surgery, because they didn't want like super exercise to make blood flow too hard. The only exercise I had was walking, and what I figured out was, well, that was the inspiration for playing Pokemon Go.
Right.
There you go. Give me a reason to walk, because just going out for a stroll was not something I could do. It was just so boring. But having Pokemon Go available.
Yeah, but the problem with that is I don't have an internet connection for my tablet unless I'm at home.
So use a phone.
My phone is too old to play Pokemon Go.
So get a new
not
phone.
Compatible.
If I had the money, I would.
So rob a bank. Duh.
Oh, no, that's tempting. Yeah, that's just what Tornado needs for me to rob a bank and go to jail.
Well, no, see, you're supposed to not get caught.
Yeah.
Well, no. Here's the idea that you really need. You don't rob the bank. You send Tornado to rob the bank.
Oh God, he would never.
Yeah, they can't send a kid to jail.
Yeah, they can.
Well, in this society,
he's not
yes.
exactly. Yeah, he's not exactly a kid anymore. He is 23, going on 24.
Well, do you think he could
Oh.
possibly plead insanity?
Shut up!
Hey,
Yeah,
okay,
he could.
I
He
got an
does have
idea.
conduct disorder.
Yeah. All right, I got an idea. Teach
Mhm.
Kitty to go into the store and just grab it, and if the kitty brings it back to you, be like, "Oh, my cat brought this to me. I had no idea." And all they see is the cat. They don't see you.
Yeah. Hello, Smudge. Now maybe shadow the Poochie because he likes to play fetch.
Ooh, yes. Just like have something that looks like a phone, be like, here you go get it. And then he'll grab the real thing and then just come back to you and be like, oh, okay, let's run.
Well, what I should do is try looking on Net10 and see if they have any deals that will allow me to do a payment plan for a new
Yeah.
phone.
This
Because
is where I'm going
my
to say it
phone
again.
is getting old.
This is where I'm going to say it again. I just cannot get myself into the mindset of paying $1,000 for a telephone.
No, they don't. They don't have them that expensive on Net10.
Yeah.
No.
It's like iPhones and stuff like new, but like they have Android phones that are okay on the cheap side.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my government my government Android over here. I actually,
Right.
got from the. It's got to be about 19 models ago, but it's all right for me. Yeah, you can't
Right.
even find a cover for it. It's that old. But the nice thing I will say about it, I don't have to stand at the bus stop in the rain looking up the street waiting for the bus to come because I don't know what time it's coming. I can just
Right.
stand in the lobby of the Giant Eagle store and look at, oh, it's going to be here in a minute. Okay, now I could go out. One of those deals. It's not a bad little
Right.
thing going on with that.
Yeah.
So I guess I've been won over to that extent.
Yeah. Well, I like my phone. It's a Motorola, so it's not a
Hello,
bad phone,
Moto.
and it's yeah. Hello, Moto. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Log in. See if I can remember this. Come on. I'm not
Yeah.
on my computer, so
Yeah.
yeah.
As far as like walking goes, I'm a music motivated person. If I can get up and go walk around my like 2.3 mile neighborhood, like if I have some good, pumping music in my ears, I match the beat of the music, so that helps me get through it. And it takes about an hour if I go at a nice brisk pace. So like as long as I got music constantly going on, I'm fine and I can just walk it out.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, like Kate said, it does get boring.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
definitely have to listen to music when I'm walking around. Even when I was playing Pokemon, I had to.
That's why I got an iPod because that's all music. I don't have to hear my phone chime in my ear. I don't have to hear anything else. It's just iPod, music, go.
Yeah. That was one of the problems I actually had with Pokemon Go is that there's no volume control for the app itself. There's like volume control for the whole phone, which means I'm turning down my music, but you cannot like
Yeah,
turn down the sound effects from the game.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've tried going in the settings. One thing I discovered that's pretty cool is like, I don't know if you own a Switch, Kate.
No.
Oh, well, the Pokemon
I
games that
actually
came out.
I haven't owned a console since the 360.
My first console was the NES, like the original NES, and I still have it with cartridges.
Mhm.
But like for the Switch, they put out Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and it's like a remake of the first Pokemon games. They connect to Pokemon Go. So like I've had a problem where my Pokemon box was always like super influx, and I never had enough coins to, you know, like make the box bigger. So I'm like, I gotta delete some, I gotta do this and that. So when I discovered it can connect to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee on the Switch, I like took like 20 Pokemon right out of that box and put it in my Let's Go, and I freed up space. I'm like, yay! So now I can catch like crazy. Because I stopped playing for a while because I couldn't catch anymore, and I didn't want to get rid of my good Pokemon.
Hmm.
Oh golly!
Yes, I'm annoyed.
Do you remember that face app thing that was out for a while that would like either age or de-age people?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And it turned out that it was like this whole Russian bot thing or something where it takes your information and does this, that, or the other thing to it. Well, I completely forgotten some of the people I'd used it on before I deleted it. And well, I find this one particularly entertaining.
Oh jeez.
my
Right?
God.
I don't know where that black
Okay.
streak on the child one came from up in the hair there.
Oh my god.
But the
Young
version
buddy.
Wow.
of grandma is hilarious.
It's just too convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks just like him.
Well, the one that was supposed to age him just added a smile. That's all it did.
Right.
No, I tried FaceApp on a double wide buttload of celebrities before I finally yeah, like I've got one of Max Headroom here. I've got one of Bruce Willis.
Oh my god, Max Headroom.
Yeah. I think possibly I mean there's some of them that just came out wrong. You know, like man, it won't like I guess if it's a really old picture on Facebook, it doesn't load very quickly. I don't know, it's frustrating, but I tried to do it on one of those aliens that abduct and probe people, and it just came out really kind of not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I clicked share. Oh man,
It did not want to give you a share.
the web page just decided. You know when sometimes when an app stops working, it goes gray.
Yeah.
Well, it's doing that right now. Apparently, it's still active because I can talk to you people, but it's decided nope.
Yeah, see, I could buy right now a Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit reconditioned for $19.99.
Ooh.
But do you have
Didn't you want
$2,000?
it now?
No, $20.99. Yeah, $20.
Oh my god, I'm off Saturday again. I might have to go to Renaissance Festival.
I'm still irritated that like the Society for Creative Anachronism doesn't understand that goes in multiple directions. You know, I mean, if I were to show up dressed like someone from the 24th century, they'd get bitchy about it. If I show up dressed like someone from Star Wars and remind them that it happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not fair.
Yeah. But like at least the one I go to, they don't really like it's technically like fantasy more and it's like 16th century, so it's like I've seen many things and like people are just cool with it. In fact, this past weekend was the Highland Fling, so it's like guys in kilts and playing the games, and it was a really breezy day that day, so we're all like, what are we gonna see?
See if they wore the kilt.
Yep. Did they go full Scott?
Yeah, full Scott.
Under my kilt.
Like when I went to a Renaissance fair once a long ass time ago, there was one thing.
Oh no!
Kate disappeared.
Oh no!
Her app completely closed out. Probably. She said it was grayed.
Oh my.
Oh no! Can't come back.
Yeah, she just
went
poof.
We want to find out if the Scotsman won a blue ribbon.
Yeah.
And did they put it around the bunny star the Scots kilt did lift and show?
Yes.
I know.
I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. Oh, God, that's an old song. Oh my God. Such an old song, but a goodie.
Yep.
Oh, hello, kitty. Hello, my smudge.
Diana, through Twitter, I'm going to send to you the two pictures I took
that was
of the
odd.
recent.
Yeah,
You just went
poof.
poof.
Yeah. Apparently, looking too far back in your Facebook history will kill the browser.
Oh, okay.
But this was the picture I wanted to share. Was the
Oh my God.
yeah mildly scary.
No, it's not scary at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
It's
there
just
is
an alien.
there
Aliens
is
aren't
a
scary.
there is a book that's unfortunately out of print that I would really very much like to get my hands on if I could, but it's kind of expensive. It's called The Pop-Up Book of Phobias. And I don't see any way that could possibly go wrong.
Oh, no,
Absolutely.
not at all.
Yeah. And Diana, I sent you a couple pictures that I took of myself from. Well, one was at home when I dressed up. The other one is from like a selfie from Runfest. You
Oh,
can see what I look
Moo.
like.
Let's see if we have the Og and the Foo. I will not, unfortunately, be able to share from
to
here,
share those,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's on
I
my
haven't.
phone, and it's on my phone, and it's not on my tablet, which I'm talking on right now. So that's the only way I could send it.
It's definite Moo. Yes, definite Moo.
I have to be out of the loop on something. What do you mean by moo?
It's whatever it happens to mean at the time. Moo,
Okay,
moo
it's
can be
random.
good. It can sometimes it's not all that good, but usually moo. I wish I knew how I got started with this. It's been for years, but usually it's a good thing. It's a moo of assent or a moo of joy. I can remember way back in, okay, this is in the very early 2000s. I'm all happy with, oh yay, the Iron Moo is on. Yeah, back when the original Iron Chef was doing its thing on the Food Network. And I don't know how I got started with that. I really don't. But
I meow at random intervals, and everyone looks at me like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, why not?"
Really?
Yeah, sometimes like they say, "Hey, Kim," I'm like, "Meow."
okay.
I get it.
Yep. I just meow. They're like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "Why not?" Because cats are cool.
I do that sometimes.
Do.
That's
What?
cool.
It's a thing
You
I
chirp
do.
like a bird.
Like a cricket.
Goodness.
Yay.
Cool.
That is so weird.
I like it.
I couldn't do it.
I got my chipmunk voice going for me. Like if
No,
I
I just go,
see somebody that, if I see somebody that's never heard it before, I just I'll just randomly be by them and just be like, I'm gonna try not to do it too loud because my dad's sleeping in his room. But I'm like, oh my goodness, this is such a nice day today, isn't it? And they're looking at me like, huh? But then I break out the laugh.
I didn't think the exercise I did earlier today would take so much out of me, but I am exhausted.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ah,
Everybody's falling asleep here. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's almost 10 o'clock for me, and you got to keep in mind, I've been keeping up with my mother's German Shepherd puppy.
Wait a minute.
All day
One of
today.
us has a clock that's not quite synchronized. I mean, here
Mine
it's
says
22:03. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is the tablet. It
Mine
runs
is
slow. I don't know why this thing runs slow, but it does. I've reset it like 4 times.
What kind of tablet is it?
It's an technically it's a computer. It's an Acer,
Oh, that's
but
why.
it's a lap.
A 2-in-1.
It's a 10-inch screen.
Oh,
Technically, it's a tablet. With
my tablet's I got the Samsung Galaxy S2. I got that back when I had my Galaxy S6, which was like back in 2015, 2016. and it still runs really well.
So
Well,
none.
okay, I'm not sure. Do you think that Kindles count as tablets?
Depends on the software.
Okay, because I gotta tell you, I mean, I look at it and I say, if this is a tablet, I could not swallow it even with water.
There you are.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you have a tablet that's a Quaalude, but no.
No, this is
Best
something
of my knowledge, I've never had a Quaalude.
I never
Never even
have.
heard of it.
It's a hypnotic, high-powered sedative.
Yeah,
I
shrooms.
mean, I've had plenty of sedatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, going into the hospital will do that to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure none of them were Quaaludes.
Well, Quaaludes have been off the market for years in the U.S. I know.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were abused. That's what I mean. You can still get them in Mexico, but
Well,
Yeah.
I'm still deeply amused that for a very long time, cocaine was used for medication.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was used in Coca-Cola.
Yes,
Well,
it
that too.
was.
And I'm also amused that Pepsi was meant as a digestive aid.
That's
which
where the
is
name came
like
from.
the
Yeah.
name. Dyspepsia, Pepsi, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Pepto-Bismol.
I'm sure it'll fuck up your digestive system now.
I'm trying to
but-
remember.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper was a tonic, was it not?
Yes. Yes, it was. And this was before it was carbonated. This was when it was just syrups.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have to admit, I think they overcarbonate sodas these days. Like some of them are literally painful to drink. Just
Yes.
and I can't
Oh,
taste
so
them
it's
either.
it's
because-
not just me.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
And seriously, with that much carbonation, I can barely taste it.
Well, that's like they've over sweetened things. Like Mountain Dew is so sweet. The first sip of it makes me nauseous because it's so sweet.
Well, the darn thing is, yeah, when they
It makes
switched
my teeth hurt.
to high fructose corn syrup, that was death knell right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, a really big thing these days is like Mexican soft drinks, where they're actually, I mean, they're just the same as American soft drinks, except they use real sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that changes
so-
the taste.
And being so close to the border, we have pretty decent access to sugar-based Coca-Cola, for example.
It's becoming more prevalent. You can get
They're
it. You can
actually
actually
starting
get it
to
up
sell
here.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
have to wait on pins and needles for Passover to be able to get, the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi-Cola with sugar.
Right. You can just go to the
so-
store now and buy it.
Okay, weird question,
Yes,
but
dear.
what is caffeine actually? Like, I mean, if I were to go out and just buy caffeine because I wanted to add it to something, what would I end up getting? A vial of liquid, powder? What is it?
It's a
I
powder.
don't know.
It is a white crystalline substance, 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine. You can get it. If you can still get no-dose, you can get powdered caffeine. Because that's what no-dose is.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I've been getting my caffeine from things like Red Bull and Monster and all of that, but I was also looking at their calorie counts, and they're pretty, high, I guess. I was going to say caloric, but they're pretty high in the number of calories that they have in them. It's like one Monster is 250. And while caffeine can be an appetite suppressant, consuming that many, what I assume are empty calories, can't be good. Like no matter how much exercise I'm going to do, that's still way too much. And so I was thinking if I could just add caffeine to like water, maybe flavor it a little, like cut the water with Tang to get rid of that metallic taste. Add a little
Okay.
caffeine into it.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
problem you would have with that is caffeine is weird. It is much less soluble in cold water, much less soluble in cold water than it is in hot water. So what I don't understand is how they get the caffeine into the soda pop.
It's mildly warm.
Yeah, probably when they infuse it, they probably have it warm first, and then they cool it down and carbonate.
Okay.
But now all that caffeine talk makes me think of that episode of Saved by the Bell where one of the girls got addicted to caffeine pills because she was pushing herself too far, and then like she's trying to do a music video and she's like spinning out of control, and Zach's holding her, and she's like, "I'm so excited! I'm so excited!" And then she starts breaking down, crying. She's like, "I'm so scared."
I'm trying to think.
All
I'm
right,
not sure
let's-
if I've ever seen even one complete episode of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, you can
Look at that
get
one. It's like-
liquid
That's the one with
caffeine.
Screech, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
And of course
You
Mario
can
Lopez,
buy-
who was the big buff dude.
Hmm. Yeah, you can buy liquid caffeine.
Well, I'm
Bad
looking.
stuff.
I'm looking at no dose maximum strength, and I cannot find what maximum strength means on this. Alertness
Yeah,
8
okay,
caplets, 60 caplets for $12.
I think there are
Yeah,
actually
there is-
regulations.
Oh,
like
here
you
it
can
is.
only put so much into something.
Here,
Right.
I found
Well,
the
there's
caplets
a-
are 200 milligrams each.
There is a site, KAFFN8. That you can go to buy liquid caffeine.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
KAFFN8.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to type it in internal chat.
I guess that's what it is. Okay.
Okay. The number 8.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, look. There's something interesting for you.
There.
Now, wait a minute. What's doing what, where, when, how? Where is it? Oh, I heard something go bing, but I'm not seeing it there.
Yeah.
I'm seeing over here.
There's,
What's really interesting over here is, let me find this. Oh, Lord. Is this reagent grade or technical grade or what the hell is it? Darn it. I saw from Carolina Biological caffeine laboratory grade, 25 grams for $12. But this
Wow.
item is sold and shipped to
Wow.
schools and businesses only, not available to individuals or residential addresses. Visit our login.
Well,
Here's one that this one has the
Actually-
same amount of caffeine as the contents of Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of caffeine pills on Amazon. I wonder, and there's some that are claiming to be unflavored. So I have to wonder, can you crush them up with a mortar and pestle and just put them in something?
I suppose you could, yeah.
Yep.
I
Pills are
don't
just
know how
formed
much
powder.
inert garbage is included in the capsule, but if you don't mind getting through the inert garbage, yeah, why not? You know,
Wow, it sounds like way too much work for what I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, this one has. Well, they're kind of expensive. To buy 3 liquid caffeine packs. A 3-pack is $35.69.
Wow, I'm seeing a book here called How to Quit Without Feeling Shit. And apparently it's how to stop taking caffeine.
As learned from Saved by the Bell.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not
Right,
sure where the interference is coming from. If it's me or if it's. I'm gonna try something, and I hope I don't blow everything up when I do it. But I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to. Let's see now.
Well, I'm gonna take off because I need that dinner stuff I talked about.
Oh, okay.
Well, bye-bye, Kate.
Have
Have a
fun.
good night.
Take care, hon. It's
Don't
great
get horribly
having you
burned by
around.
funny monsters or anything.
We'll try not to.
Okay.
No promises.
Take care.
Yeah.
Be good or something.
Be you. I
Is
gotta
it
get to
my
bed too
imagination
because
or did the interference decrease?
I didn't hear any interference.
Amiga Nuts
I
mentioned.
heard a mild amount of static every once in a while, but nothing major.
Yeah, I didn't know
But-
if it was me or if it was Kate coming on again the second time or, whatever. But
yeah.
my ear is
Well-
telling me that there's less now than there was a couple minutes ago, which
Yeah.
might have meant that it came in with Kate. I don't know. Yeah, it's I'm not giving
Yeah.
anybody any problems here, but stuff and things.
Yeah.
Oh my word! Started streaming 3 hours ago. But
Yeah.
Yep. I am
I know,
going to head off because I am tired. I need to just get off.
no,
the
it is still there.
tablet.
Yes, it is still there. Okay, let me take a shot at something here, just
Yeah.
because the
Well,
last
I'm
thing
going
I
to be
want
heading
is
off.
it. Okay.
I'm going to be going, darling. It is
Well, you be good, hon.
10:15. Yeah.
Good night.
I have no clue what time my mom is going to call and say, "Hey, come watch the house again while I go back to the hospital." So, yay, joy, fun, weed.
Alrighty.
But at least I won't have to do her dishes again tomorrow because I've already done them tonight. So
Here
you
go.
all have fun. Bye, guys. Hugs
Bye.
to
Good
everybody.
Well,
Glad
great having you. Good
Glad
having you.
Purple made his goal.
Yay!
So yay, he's
Yay,
going to
yay,
Minnesota.
yay,
Yeah.
yay, yay.
Awesome.
Yep. So take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, sweetness.
I
Okay,
will.
let me try.
Oh, excuse me. See you maybe on Friday if you're on movie night, and if not, I'll see you on Sunday.
Okay, we'll see how my sleep goes here. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm,
All right.
I'm
bye.
actually needing that stuff for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, for some reason. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, take care.
Bye. Yeah, and I
Wait
gotta
a
get to
minute.
bed too.
That's it. No. Okay, I'm hearing stuff, but it's
It
more intermittent now than it was.
it might be me. Sometimes, like I guess the earphones I'm wearing, like I guess sometimes they just do that kind of thing. Because then it's it's like it's fine for a while, but then I guess after a while they just give static. Because
Okay.
everyone's noticed it was me.
Okay, because what I was trying to figure out is whether it was me or not, because I had done some work to try to get my Yeti behaving better, because there was some actual problem with it. And then I needed to know if I needed to make some more adjustments. But we may or may not be okay or something like that. I don't know.
And
No,
all right, well,
there
I
it
have a
is
6
again.
a.m. shift. Yeah.
A 6 a.m.
I-
shift. Yeah. Moo? Did you go bye-bye? Is my note annoying?
There
You
it
did
goes
go,
again.
but you did go. Okay then. Now I hear absolutely nothing. It's broken. Is my not annoying? What did I just say? I don't know. Yeah, you just kind of disappeared out of the soundtrack entirely. Oh my. Okay. Well then, I guess. Yeah, because I'm getting absolutely no. Yeah, she just seemed to go bye-bye. I'm trying to figure this out. But of course she said that maybe she'd be taken off or something. moof beef. Okay, then, I guess we'll just start winding things down, because she said that she was thinking of going anyway. Let me look at the thing over here and see if we're still. Yeah, you're still here, but I'm unable to hear you for some reason. This is not a good thing. Okay, you've got that. You've got that. Well, then I guess. So I guess we're just gonna kind of. I can't hear her either. She just kind of disappeared, and well, not disappeared, but the audio disappeared, and you may have to go out and come back in. I mean, if unless you decided that you wanted to call it a day. What do we got? Yeah, okay, I guess you're going to take off. Yeah, okay. Well, you be good and have fun, and I wish I knew what the hell had happened. Cheto polka alegro patianta. No, I don't know what I just said. Take care, honey. So I guess that's, there you go. Let me get to, whatever it's called. I know it's in there. You don't need two of me. Let me tell you that. Okay, camera 2. Okay, wait a minute. No, camera 2 over here. There we go. And, okay, I guess we're getting around to pretty much calling it a day because, well, number one, get a little bit of coffee in me, and number two, I horribly suck at flying solo. So, yeah, we're just gonna kind of bring things down, and I want to thank everybody who's here, and I want to thank everybody who's not here. I want to keep it in mind, kids, that I'm doing this for you. I love doing it. You're the reason I'm here. You're the reason I'm doing it all, and I love doing it for you. So we're gonna bring the stuff up here, and then we are going to say thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.